back in North Carolina. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. As an immigration enforcement operation continues in Charlotte, Governor Josh Stein posting a video.
We've seen masked, heavily armed agents and paramilitary garb driving unmarked cars, targeting American citizens based on their skin color, racially profiling and picking up random people in parking lots and off of our sidewalks.
The Democrat also accusing Border Protection agents of entering churches and stores. Federal officials have denied racial profiling. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons just telling Fox.
CBP and ICE are out there doing a dual law enforcement mission. And the thing is that people just aren't understanding that because they're so opposed politically. And you should never politicize law enforcement. And that's what they're doing.
A Homeland Security official confirming at least 275 arrests so far in Charlotte. Indiana's governor sending 300 National Guard troops to assist an ongoing crime crackdown in D.C. at the request, he says, of the D.C. National Guard. The Saudi Crown Prince wrapping up a visit to Washington with a business forum where the president says companies are making big deals.
The partnership between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia is among the most consequential in the world, President Trump says.
And together, the Crown Prince and I are making an alliance stronger and more powerful than it's ever been before.
President Trump speaking at a U.S.-Saudi investment forum hosted by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and attended by dozens of business leaders.
I want to thank you for bringing all those jobs and all those great opportunities to America and bringing great wealth to America.
Saudi Arabia is committing $1 trillion in the U.S. President Trump is elevating the defense partnership, naming Saudi Arabia a major non-NATO ally.
Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. After talks today in Turkey, Ukraine's President Zelensky says Turkey's leader is ready to provide a platform for peace talks with Russia. Zelensky meets tomorrow with top Pentagon officials in Ukraine. America is listening to...
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE, 866-89-BIBLE.
Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. How's it going? With Pete Davis, sidekick, producer, sports raconteur extraordinaire, and your mechanical mangler at the controls. It's Flounder, and we got you hump day. Full swing right up till 6. Another beautiful day. I mean, of course, I don't know about you guys, but it rained. What's a stupid freaking... Get the hell out of there, all that rotten. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Sorry. No, everything's fine now. Now, why is that doing this? You're not supposed to be doing this. Hold on a minute. There you go. Put a little arm into it there. Sorry. No, everything's fine now. Everything's fine. Now, Pete Davis, the Mountains of Macon, sir. What's going on up there? Everything new? You got a little sunshine and kind of a flowery nursery of some kind behind you there, I see there.
Yeah, it's kind of warm today, so I put everything outside, and it's been very nice.
In fact, it's like 70 degrees or so, 72-ish, I think. It's very pleasant. Now, we did get rain where I live in Alpharetta. It rained quite a bit this morning. Very surprising. But anyway, it cleared up, and now it's nice. And anything new and exciting the last 24 hours?
No.
All right, sir. And... sounds like Flounder to me. Flounder, anything new with you and Mrs. Veronica Flounder?
We're getting a bunch of trees cut down in our yard, in our front and backyard today. So,
you're doing it today?
It's being done as we speak.
Outstanding. Now, just for the record, I mean, I hope this isn't, a true thing, but what is that? What does it cost to cut down a tree? You have to hire a guy to actually, a professional to do it.
I mean, one of the very big trees we have in our yard, we got quoted, we're not doing it yet, we're going to do it within the next year because it doesn't need to come down, but it is dying.
Yeah.
And a big one is about $4,000 to $5,000.
Whoa!
Yeah.
4,000 to 5,000 to cut down one big tree.
It's a very, very big tree.
Now, what about?
It goes probably a good 30 to 40 feet past our roof. So I mean, it's pretty big.
All right. Well, holy cow! Now, what about? Are the others like pine trees or regular?
Berry trees. We don't have any pine trees.
Like those pear trees.
We're getting a couple pear trees cut down and a lot of trimming and stuff like that.
What is that? Do they go by the tree or the hour? Or
I think it's by the tree, and then obviously they have to bring some machines out and stuff like that. So it's a pretty big job.
Wow. That's brutal.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember, I don't want to talk about my last house.
Well,
anyway.
don't let them cut down the money tree because that's the one where it grows on.
Yeah. In fact, I love those commercials where they say, we can guarantee like 12% interest and so forth. And I say, boy, I want to sign up for that. Now, who gives me the money to invest? I mean, that's the only question I have is who's going to give me if somebody gives me the money to invest it, I'm in. I mean, believe me, I will go with right there.
It's capital that we need.
Yeah, the big C, yeah, there you go.
Money.
The big M. Anyway, Kim, Pete, and Flounder, how's it going? 306, and here is our number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Hump Day, and I got like spring fever or something, really. So I have... I'm so tired of the freaking politics. Every time I turn on the news, and when I get home, I make dinner and I sit down and I turn on Fox News, and that girl, I love her show, but I don't like her, and then Jesse and so forth. And every 2 minutes they say, and the Democrats continue so, and they play these nasty Democrats and their sound bites, and I'm like, God, I'm so tired of this. I'm just done. I mean, the attacks, and it never ends.
I think everybody is. The Epstein fatigue is starting to trend on Twitter, and I think that everyone's realizing that they've stolen all the money from Medicare and Social Security and everything. The Veterans Administration, they've stolen everything, and they're basically just throwing this flashy thing, Epstein, up to keep us from looking at the stuff that's really important. Like they haven't passed anything to keep the elections fair, no national ID for voting. They haven't done anything the Republicans said they were going to do, and Trump's doing, but the Republicans aren't doing anything they said they would do, and it's all a lie, and it's all this Epstein thing is to keep a flashing thing in front of us to keep us from focusing on the fact that these bastards and biatches have stolen all of our money.
Yeah. I mean, just the figure came out. Was it how many 100,000, a couple of thousand dead people are getting food stamps every month and stuff? I mean, just the waste and it's outrageous. And it started off so well with the Doge people. I mean, Trump brought Doge in, and Elon Musk, who used to be the biggest liberal in the history of the world, the biggest hero to the liberals. The spaceman and the space,
Tesla.
and the Tesla guy. The liberals loved him. He saved the planet from gasoline and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, and then he became hateful because he started saving money, cutting waste in government. Whatever happened to that, that whole attitude? And I mean, I don't know. It's just driving me nuts. Anyway, so everything's fine. Okay, we'll get to it. No, we're cool. I got a bunch. We got weird things today. We got a game. Pete's got a game. We also never got to our etiquette test. We'll do something like that today, and we're going to have fun. We're going to goof around and do weird stuff. There's a lot of kind of weird relationship things in the news. Also, we'll talk about those. We'll get all your newsy stuff. But frankly, I don't want to be if I'm going to get ticked off in a minute because we're going to talk about those freaking Democrats who are calling for an insurrection against their government. Military people who used to work for the government, in Democrats now in Congress and the Senate, are calling for an insurrection and to overthrow the government, and by putting an ad on TV for it. So we'll get to that in a minute too. But a couple things just to pass. Also, I have a Dear Abby. I actually got a couple of them that I just, Lord. I mean, and I heard the guys before, Clay and Buck, and one of them's gone. I think Clay is gone. We went to see the Pope. That's what it was when they kind of teased it beforehand. I don't know whether you're listening to the show. It was about an hour ago, I think, actually. And Clay had been gone on a mystery tour of some kind. Well, it turns out that he went to see the Pope. And I guess that's why he was gone.
To get instructions or something?
And he's not even Catholic. He said he made a point that he's not Catholic, and I'm thinking, what? Yeah, so he took a week off to go see the Pope, and he's not Catholic. What? I mean, I don't get it. Anyway, I find
talking points or anything.
I don't know. So anyway, but anyways, the guy who was there, Buck, was saying that there was a survey, and it showed that barely 60% of young women ever want to get married. 40% of 18 to 30-year-old women don't want to get married. It's almost half of the American women don't want to get married. And just that if that's even close to being true, holy cow! I guarantee you, it's all social media and the meism and clicks, and the whole world is the stability of what you want for your life is a whole different track. Anyway, I was just kind of flabbergasted by it. Flounder, yes, sir.
Yes, Mika is on the phone. She says we're being too negative, and she wants to share some positive news.
Oh, my goodness. Well, please, hey, sweetie, how you help us out here? Yeah, we don't want to get down to bad sing here. Yeah, what's going on? What do you think? What's up?
Well, my husband and I live in Charlotte, and so about 1 year ago, we voted for Trump. It's November.
Yeah.
And I just heard on the news over 275 illegal immigrants arrested in our area.
Yeah.
And we are so ecstatic over it. The liberals are crying and they're shouting about, racist boo-hoo.
I know.
All they did was DUI and simple assault. What's the big deal? And we're like, you're so lucky to survive your interaction with DUIs. So we're just so happy. There's a quiet number of us who are that aren't blasting on social media, being stupid, and so excited that ICE is here.
And by now, in fact, I don't know whether you also heard down in Florida, another roundup saved. I don't know how many children, a couple of hundred children who had disappeared, and there were still something like 60,000 children who were signed out to unvetted sponsors when they came into America, and they're gone. And so the ICE people are trying to find them and get the. I mean, what an incredible story! You'd think the whole country would be supporting everybody trying to find missing children, and it's unbelievable to me about how they could be so negative when we're trying to do the right thing for the country. It's just I don't know. Well, anyway, congratulations on what's going on in your beautiful little town and that community, and I hope everything is straightened out, and I'm glad you called. I really appreciate it.
Yep, it's about time, and we're very happy.
Outstanding. Well, I'm happy for you, sweetie. Thank you. Hugs to your husband, and appreciate your calling. 312, Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. That's very nice. Let's see. Oh, was a survey by, I got it here somewhere, the best city to move to in America. I'll get to that a little later. It's not even close. Anyway, and by the way, remember, we were just talking about immigration. For the record, the Biden administration is the largest human trafficker in the history of the world. Can repeat and Flounder, 313-404-741. They are. The Biden administration.
The Ottoman Empire.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, 12 million? Anyway, I got 313. Here you go. Who's counting,
Get the latest breaking news and insight from the biggest conservative voices in the South when you follow Extra 106.3 across all your social media platforms. Find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and YouTube at Extra 106.3.
Well, I don't know about you, but I do know about where to go for health insurance and suggestions and get yourself a plan put together without you having to look up all this stuff for open enrollment for next year. Yeah, it's health insurance doctor. His name is Stephen. The health insurance doctor, again, with Obamacare, premiums up like crazy. Nobody knows what Congress is going to end up doing, and you don't want to be left out in the cold. And again, what's your plan? I mean, if you know what you want, things like co-pays or PPO nationwide things and zero deductibles, special hospital access for where you want to go and doctors. I mean, I don't know. And what are you looking for? Do you have a health insurance plan for you, for the family, business, stuff like that? Well, the guy to do it is Steven. He'll put all the stuff together for you, compares plans next to each other and multiple carriers, and looks at deductibles and drug programs and stuff like that. And you don't have to pay him to do all this work for you either. It's really incredible. He gets awards for this. He's been doing it darn near 20 years. Really true. You can use an extra few $1,000s because he saves families money by the bundle, like 60% of those Obamacare plans in a lot of cases. Here's the number, 678-523-0759, healthinsurancedoctor.net.
We're smart, we care, we're Central Heating and Air.
Fall is in the air, and Central Heating and Air Conditioning is making it the perfect time to upgrade your comfort. For a limited time, you get up to $2,100 in rebates, and 60 months 0% financing with approved credit. That's right, savings up front and no interest for 5 whole years. A brand new carrier system from Central delivers dependability, efficiency, and comfort every family deserves. Central Heating and Air Conditioning have set the standard in heating and cooling for over 3 generations. And now's your chance to bring that comfort home with the best savings of the season. These dual incentives don't come around often, so act now. Call 770-GET-HEAT today. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or visit centralheat.com, centralheat.com. Upgrade your comfort, lock in your savings, and turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers with my dad, Mike. Dad, why are we always talking about Christmas before Thanksgiving?
Because now is when you start thinking about those seriously special Christmas gifts. Whether it's a custom birthstone pendant or that one-of-a-kind dream engagement ring, our jewelers can make something you can't find anywhere.
From timeless pearl strands for $135 to gold and diamond hoops for $13.95, buying now gives you time for 0% APR financing or free layaway at D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Stop dreaming, start driving. Get the gift that keeps on giving with the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration at RBM of Atlanta in Sandy Springs. Each of our certified pre-owned vehicles undergoes an exhaustive process of analysis, inspection, and reconditioning until it meets the uncompromising standards of RBM of Atlanta and Mercedes-Benz. For a limited time, get special financing from as low as 2.99% APR. In addition, you'll receive unlimited confidence with Mercedes-Benz's unlimited mileage warranty, delivering continued assurance for up to 7 years. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this vehicle and many other models during the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration, now through December 1st. Not all offers apply to all vehicles, and special financing available only to qualified customers exclusively from Mercedes-Benz Financial Services through December 1st, 2025. Contact RBM of Atlanta for details on this and other exciting offers. Visit us at rbmofatlanta.com or call us at 770-390-0700 for details.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all three are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty. Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies.
Hey, this is John Flading. I'm the president and owner of ATL Turf Co. We are family-owned, operated, independent local company. We have over 15 years of artificial grass design, installation, and sales experience. From premium artificial lawns and backyards, custom putting greens, sports fields, hardscape, drainage, we do both residential and commercial. If you can dream it, we can build it. Just go to atlturfco.com to schedule an appointment.
Get it on. That's the thing, man. You know, we could do that. We should do. We'll get together one day. We'll talk like that with the thing with the mama can. It would be a hit freaking record. Go on tour, get jackets, tattoos.
Did you hear what they snuck in there?
What they snuck in there?
Emmett Till.
Emmett Till. Oh my God! I decided to miss it. Oh my God! Well, you can't go wrong in America without your monthly Emmett Till update. Anyway, Kim Repeat and Flounder. Look out, 319. That was Kanye West. On this day in 2016, Mr. West abruptly ended a concert, and then he was committed at the recommendation of authorities at the UCLA Medical Center. He had hallucinations and was paranoid about something. While the episode was first described as a temporary psychosis caused by dehydration and sleep deprivation, Kanye West's mental state was abnormal enough for his 21 canceled concerts to be covered by his insurance policy. He was paranoid and depressed throughout the hospitalization. Because if he was dehydrated, please. Anyway, well, whatever. I hope he's well, He's not the guy who's, he's not the same as P. Diddy, right? That's not the same guy, right? That's a different guy. Right?
Yeah, I think he's different.
Different guy. Because, they could change. A lot of people change. You don't really,
Well, they could be brothers.
Well, it's like the guy with the clock. Didn't he change his name a couple of times? Hell, P. Diddy changed about 9 names. Anyway, whatever. Okay.
He's one step ahead of the law.
I could have been misinformed there. Our birthday list includes Dick Cavett. Dick Cavett is 89. I used to watch that little game. He's got that kind of a whiny little boy. Dick Cavett, he's got a deep whiny boy. Dick Cavett. And when I was when I got out of the Marines and went back to school at Arizona State, I worked in the morning at the radio station, then went to school, and then went back to the TV station, and then went home. And I used to watch Dick Cavett and David Frost and Mike Douglas and all those talk shows while I was doing my homework. My homework I did in front of a table in front of the TV. My wife went nuts. She couldn't believe it. I honestly, every time I did homework, I had the TV on and I was watching talk shows and Phil Donahue and stuff like that.
His interviews with Groucho Marx and John Lennon.
He was a great interview. He was a great interviewer.
Lester Maddox.
Yeah, he was a great interview, and he he was harmless enough where he was kind of smarmy, but he would dig you. I mean, he was smart. He was a very smart guy. Was he married to Carrie Snodgrass? I think. The actress?
Somebody
I'm pretty
famous,
sure.
Yeah.
In fact, I think it was Carrie Snodgrass, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Dick Cavett's 89 years old, and I never missed him while I was doing my homework before I went to graduate school. Dick Cavett, 89. Good for you. And on this day in... what's wrong?
No, he was married to Martha Rogers and Carrie Nye. And she passed away recently.
Carrie who? Nye?
Nye, N-I-E, she was an actress.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe that's what I was thinking of. Anyway, sorry. 1959, on this very day, Ford had begun production of the Edsel, trying to make a huge dent in sales against GM and Chrysler. 1 year earlier, it was not to be. On this day in 1959, Ford announced that they would discontinue production of the Edsel with a name that became synonymous with the word failure. The next day, UPI Wire Service reported the book values for the car had declined by as much as $400 immediately. Ford started offering rebates of up to $400 worth of new Ford products to their leery buyers. In the end, only 118,000 Edsels were ever built. Total sales of the car were about 116,000, which less than the projected break-even point. So it was about. But now, and by the way, it was way ahead of its time. It had, if I'm not mistaken, it had push-button steering, and it had weird kind of shock things, and it had a lot of technological advances. But it had like a horse collar in the front of the grill, and it was a weird-looking thing. But it was way ahead of its time. And it didn't catch on. And Henry Ford named it after his son, Edsel. As kind of a tribute thing. Anyway. All right, 323. How's it going? Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. And Flounder, we're going to play that ad now from these freaking Democrats. I heard this last night, and I thought, this is just unbelievable. They are really asking for it. 6 Democrats with military or public government service backgrounds the insurrectionists of Democrats are urging military members to overthrow the government and refuse orders given to them, which the commanders would assume to be legal. And so these 6 Democratic insurrectionists say, well, no, you can say they're illegal, and so you should just refuse to respond to orders. The 1-minute video posted by Senator Elisa Slotkin from Michigan, a Democrat, has almost 2 million views. They're invoking their prior service, telling members of the military and intelligence community that because Donald Trump is a threat to our Constitution here at home, they should basically overthrow the government. Here's that ad, Founder. I'm going to dump out of this at some point, but here's the beginning of that commercial about overthrowing America by 6 Democrats in Congress. They have millions of views of people who support it. The Democrat.
Hold on real quick.
Right there.
It is this one right here.
Looks to me, everything all right in there?
I'm Senator Alyssa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly.
Representative Chris Deluzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Representative Chrissy Houlihan.
Congressman Jason Crow. I was a captain in the United States Navy.
Former CIA officer.
Traitors.
Former Navy.
Former paratrooper and Army Ranger.
Former intelligence officer.
Former Air Force.
We want to speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community
who take risks each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk.
This administration is pitting our uniformed military
and intelligence community professionals
against American citizens.
Like us.
They're talking about the commander-in-chief.
Defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
Yeah, that's what a flounder thinks.
Illegal orders.
Okay, who's to say what's an illegal order? Man, I mean, this is unfreaking believable. You know, obviously, the problem is if some company commander says, I want you to go out there into the neighborhood and kill all the girls. Oh, gee golly, I think that's probably an illegal order. I mean, what are they? They're making up this. This is unbelievable. In fact, just a quick reaction other than me losing my freaking mind right now as a freaking Marine. Elected Democrats just released a video encouraging members of the military to commit treason. Defy orders from the Commander-in-Chief, Donald Trump, and the head of the War Department, Pete Hegseth. At the end of the day, they're mad the American people chose Trump, and now they're calling on the military and intelligence community to intervene. Sounds like a little subversion to me. How about an insurrection with these people? Stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome. This is unfreaking believable. I mean, they're calling for overthrow of the government. They're calling to disobey the commander-in-chief who's trying to save American families from having illegal gangbangers and rapists run amok.
I would check their bank accounts to see if they have something coming in from China, because that looks like something China would want to happen, to have us telling our military not to obey their commanding officers.
And Soros, I'll bet there's a Soros link.
They all get money from Soros, probably.
But I'll bet there is. I'll bet there is a link. I mean, this is absolutely appalling.
If he was really a king, they'd be up against a wall.
Oh my God!
Once again, proof.
I mean, they're saying it out loud. Disobey the president, the commander-in-chief. If you don't like the orders that he's trying, this is just...
That's what Milley did. He called the damn Chinese and told them, if Trump tries to do anything, I'll give you a heads up.
That's right.
How is he not in prison or worse?
Well, didn't he get pardoned by Biden along with the crime family? I think Milley got pardoned, and I think Mayorkas. I think all those guys got pardoned. Just in case. And Milley was, he said he'd work with the Chinese to, warn them if something was going to happen. Oh, my God. Anyway, well, there's your Democrat Party right there. Your new leaders in the Democrat Party are telling the military to basically revolt and cause an insurrection with as much violence as possible, according to the Democrats. An incredible story. Some more. Now, this is getting a little, I hate this kind of stuff, but it's out there. And since I love Nancy Mace, I'm going to pass along a story to you, which makes me upset even talking about it. Nancy Mace is now going after a fellow Republican with a censure threat. She wants to vote on a resolution against Representative Corey Mills of Florida, accusing him of stolen valor. Her resolution will come up by what's called the only vote series of the day tonight at 8 o'clock. House Democrats wanted to pursue a retaliatory measure against Corey Mills last night in response to Republicans trying to censure Stacey Plaskett. Remember that story? She's from the Virgin Islands. She's not a congresswoman. She's a delegate, and she doesn't get to vote, but she represents the Virgin Islands. And she, during a congressional hearing, was actually texting and communicating with Jeffrey Epstein during the congressional hearing. Like getting advice from Jeffrey Epstein about questioning and it's just appalling. So the Republicans said, she needs to be brought up for a censure, to be criticized. Well, of course, they lost. 3 Republicans voted no, 3 more present, so the Democrats did not pursue the censure measure against Mills after the censure measure against his girl Plaskett failed. Miss Mace has accused Corey Mills of being part of a backroom deal to avoid a censure, and she said, I have the general who recommended him for the Bronze Star on record saying he never wrote it, never read it, and never personally signed it. The main motivation behind Nancy Mace's censure resolution, which will come up tonight, is not yet clear. But she said to Mike Johnson she has credible information, accusations he misrepresented his military service, and credible accusations having committed crimes against women. That goes back to some time ago when his ex-girlfriend filed a restraining order against him because she said he was threatening to blackmail her using nude images and videos which he had kept. And he also threatened anybody she was dating. You may want to tell every guy you date that if we run into each other at any point, strap up, cowboy. And I can send him a few videos of you as well. I still have them. Oh, my. Anyway, so, freaking politics, man. Jeez. Can't anybody just do the right thing for your country? I mean, seriously.
Really? Bill Maher said it the other night. He says, why can't either side just act normal?
Yeah, just be people. Just do the right freaking thing. I mean, seriously. 3:30. That's where, Cameron Fiend flounder. All I got.
Your favorite Extra shows are streaming live video from the studio on Extra 106.3's YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Extra YouTube channel and get the Morning Extra and the Kimmer Show in live digital video.
Hi, Megan here with Southern Exteriors. In this holiday season, we're excited to give back by transforming a neighbor's home with a free, brand new James Hardy siding installation. No gimmicks, no fine print. You can enter for yourself or nominate a deserving friend, family member, or neighbor whose home could truly use it. But don't wait. Entries close December 1st. To nominate, go to southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Find your perfect Ford today at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs. Home to one of Atlanta's largest selections of new and used vehicles. They're just 4 miles north of 285 on Roswell Road.
Stop by today to explore their incredible inventory of cars, trucks, and SUVs, each thoroughly vetted to meet the highest standards.
Looking for power and performance? Drive home a legendary Mustang or conquer the great outdoors in the rugged Bronco.
Need family-friendly space? The Explorer and Expedition have you covered. Or experience the capability and strength of America's best-selling truck, the F-150.
And when it's time to finance, their straightforward, hassle-free process ensures your experience is stress-free.
With access to numerous lenders and expert guidance, they'll help you find the best rates and terms to fit your budget.
Which Ford will you drive home next? Find out at Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs, or visit them online at jimellisford.com.
Your Ford dreams are waiting. Make them a reality today at Atlanta's favorite Ford dealer, Jim Ellis Ford, Sandy Springs.
This is the time of the year most of us are checking off our holiday gift list. Identity thieves have lists too, and your personal information might be on that list. Protect your identity with LifeLock. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points every single second and alerts you to the threats you could miss yourself. If your identity is stolen, your own U.S.-based restoration specialist is going to work to fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Make this season about joy, not identity theft, with LifeLock. Save up to 40% off your first year at LifeLock.com with the promo code BECK. Terms apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hey, it's Front Office Lows for Howard Brothers and Echo. The leaves are dropping and the wood needs chopping. That means it's time to get your yard fall ready. Do it the smart way with Echo's battery-powered tools. Quiet, powerful, and built to perform. No gas, no hassle, just grab and go. With blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws to help you work, Echo equipment gives you the freedom to take on the fall cleanup with ease. Find yours today at Howard Brothers, where power meets performance and your purchase is backed by a team you can trust. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Echo and Howard Brothers.
Stream Clay Travis and Buck Sexton, Glenn Beck, Fox News, and even NASCAR on Sundays. Anywhere on the Extra 106.3 app. Download the app now and get 24/7 access to the live stream, the latest news, and everything you need to know about Atlanta's only conservative talk station. Download the Extra 106.3 app for Apple or Android and check out even more great original content at thepodcastpark.com.
We like ELO, but it's kind of a sad day. 15 years ago. And then an update as we salute ELO on 106.3. 20 does the instrumental version, like in 2012, 2 farmers were found not guilty of health and safety offenses after a horrible accident that killed ELO cellist Mike Edwards. The problem was that these farmers had a giant hay bale and it broke loose and crushed Mike Edwards to death when the bale rolled down a field and landed on his van in Devon in 2010. The thing weighed about 1,000 pounds. And it crushed the van and killed him. In March 2011, an inquest jury returned a verdict of accidental death, and the farmers were not held responsible, at least criminally. 3:36, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? A beautiful day in the neighborhood, warm, pleasant. And our birthday list includes the Mouth of the South, Captain Outrageous. Do you know who that is, Flounder?
I do not.
Oh, my God.
Hold on. The Mouth of the South. Was it a radio disc jockey?
The Mouth of the South and or Captain Outrageous. Captain Outrageous refers basically to a sailing moniker.
I did not know that.
Ted Turner.
Really? Ted Turner?
Isn't that amazing? Now, Pete, you know those nicknames, right? You knew Captain Outrageous. Yes. Okay, but isn't that amazing? Now, Flounder's like 40-ish. Somewhere in there, Ted Turner dropped out of public, social media stuff, and guys in their 40s and younger have never probably heard the phrase Captain Outrageous or Mouth of the South. Because he hasn't really been much in that. But that's what it brought.
I can understand his name being Mouth of the South.
Yeah, because he was, and you may not even know him. Back in the day, he was, he talked like this.
He came across as unintelligent when you hear him talk.
Which is hardly the case.
Yeah, exactly.
He turned his father's billboard into $1 billion business and bought half of freaking Montana. But
it's the same thing when you hear Chipper Jones do interviews a lot, because he does a lot and things like that. But, I mean,
and
baseball better than anybody.
Ted Turner, of course, was in the news all the time. He was showing up at Braves games, married to Jane Fonda. I mean, he was all around, and it was so he was well known as a talker in the Mouth of the South.
Was he the one that put on? Because remember in the early '80s when the Braves were doing really bad, and they would do like chicken runs and just do all kinds of funny events.
Ostrich.
But was that Ted Turner who put that on, or was it his marketing idea?
His group, his people.
Ted wrote an ostrich, I think, or somebody did.
I can't remember.
He tried to get Skip Carey to do it. I don't know if he ever did it. He managed one game before the commissioner told him to knock it off.
That's right. He was just in the dugout. Did he show up in a mustache once or something? I don't know.
He had a mustache.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. He was a character, and still, I mean, he's what I say, 87.
Doesn't he own a quarter of Montana?
I mean, he keeps buying ranch land. And cattle, I mean, the bison, he's a big, Ted's Montana Grill, that's his, right?
Great bison burger.
Yeah. Anyway, Ted Turner, happy birthday, Ted Turner. And on this day in history, 1919, it was the first Felix the Cat film, Feline Follies. It featured Felix, known then as Master Tom, an anthropomorphic black cat cat with white eyes and a giant grin. Felix was the first fully realized animal character in the history of American film animation. One of the most recognized cartoon characters in history, Felix the cat. The very first image shown by a TV studio was a toy Felix the cat mounted to a revolving phonograph turntable used by engineers as a test pattern. This was done in 1928 by NBC Studios testing the first RCA television. Felix the Cat, starting in 1919. Holy cow. 339, how's it going? Kevin, Pete, and Flounder. Here's the number, 404-741-1230, 741-1230. And a little bit more on the Epstein thing. It's almost over because now they're going to have to go back and investigate all the stuff they're getting ready to release. So that'll take a while. But anyway, the House Oversight, we're going to play James Comer here, Flounder, in a second. James Comer, Kentucky Republican, the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, pointed out last night that the Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries is all over soliciting money from Jeffrey Epstein well after they knew he was a freaking pervert and a criminal. Democratic fundraisers wanted to get Epstein to spend some time and get to meet Hakeem Jeffries as part of their effort to win a majority in Congress. And they said, we need money from Jeffrey Epstein. We found the latest documents. Apparently, they're thrilled to announce that Hakeem Jeffries, one of the rising stars in the congressional delegation referred to as Brooklyn's Barack, and they want to get together with Jeffrey Epstein and get some money from him and become good pals. This was years after Epstein pleaded guilty to prostitution and being a scumbag with minors. And the Hakeem Jeffries people still wanted to contact and be a part of Jeffrey Epstein and his money. James Comer has a little announcement about this. Flounder, if you will, sir.
Another email shows Democrat fundraisers invited Epstein to an event or to meet privately with Hakeem Jeffries as part of their 2013 effort to win a majority. So Hakeem Jeffries' campaign solicited money from Jeffrey Epstein. That's what we found in the last document batch. The files underscore why former President Trump must appear for his deposition. We've subpoenaed him. To date, the Democrats have done nothing to help us secure his appearance. I support full transparency. The Oversight Committee will continue to work to get the truth to the American people and to get justice for the victims. That's our goal of this investigation. With that, I yield back.
And again, I don't know where we can go with this. There are obviously, in fact, Pam Bondi, Jesse Nighttime mentioned this last night. Pam Bondi made a very significant comment when they were asking her about the situation here and revealing the records. And she said the investigation is ongoing. In other words, clearly they are now investigating crimes by Jeffrey Epstein since they have the... How come that wasn't done any time before this? What were they doing the last 4 years ago? If there were crimes committed by Jeffrey Epstein, and this Christopher Wray was hiding all that stuff back with his, who else? He was in charge of Arctic Frost.
He's dead. What are they going to do to him?
I'm saying it was under Christopher Wray in the guy's last 4 years. They didn't do anything to investigate crimes committed by people linked to Jeffrey Epstein. And now we're starting all over. So Pam Bondi says, well, it's an ongoing investigation. Oh my God. Well, there's another 50,000 pages of stuff. So I don't know what this even means. And we don't know what was hidden. We don't know what was erased. We don't know what, and what involves foreign intelligence agencies, murder contracts, extortion, blackmail. Good Lord. Anyway, and by the way, this is a thing, and we mentioned earlier, people, including me, are getting really kind of tired of all the. God, they're just, how do these freaking Democrats keep it going? You'd think they'd be exhausted. Every time you turn around, there's another thing they're trying to do just to pile on to make America covered with crap. And now, in fact, here's a little thing this morning in the Dear Abby column, Gene Phillips. Dear Abby, my wife of 31 years and I have been fighting over politics and cultural changes in our country. Changes in our country and politics. The arguments have cooled down by mutual agreement, but so has our sexual desire for each other. We have a marriage consultant. He always takes my wife's position. I'm left on my own, no support from the rest of the family, 3 lovely daughters. I love, respect my wife. She told me that I must switch my politics to hers or she will leave me. What do I do?
Bye-bye.
Yeah, pack her crap, man. Put it out on the sidewalk. Let her get a freaking ride. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's a little rough.
Well, no, it's funny because who is it?
Jimmy. Bitterness behind that.
I know. I'm sure. I'm kind of really. I would have killed the bastard if I'd caught him in the act. I have a whole different perspective. I'm sorry, Flounder. You were trying to say something.
I remember it was in last week's news. Jimmy Kimmel's wife did that. She had relatives or family members that were Trump supporters, and she cut them off because her husband was in a battle or a feud with Donald Trump.
That's right. I mean, this is real. This is a freaking Dear Abby. My wife said I must switch my politics to hers or she will leave me. Here's what Dear Abby said. Tell your wife and her marriage consultant that as your political arguments have dwindled, so has your sex life. It may be time to seek professional counseling with someone else on your own. Your wife's ultimatum is unrealistic. Unless the two of you can agree to disagree, take her up on her offer. So try to talk to somebody else first, and if it doesn't work, screw it.
There's lots of couples out there that have different opinions. James Carville and Mary Matlin,
absolutely.
They're still together, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but again, I think they came to their conclusion, 30 years ago. That was back 40 years ago. That was Clinton time 30 years in the 80s. 40 years ago. But this is all new. This whole hatred, again, this hatred stuff about Donald Trump only started when he came down the freaking escalator. And it's all made up since then. My daughters are a perfect example. They don't watch the news. They don't read the paper. They might get stuff listening to the radio on public radio, NPR kind of stuff like that. But their social media contacts and their daily thing. And Sarah's not even on Facebook. So she's not, but again, they hate everything Donald Trump stands for, and I guarantee you they think he stands for things that he doesn't stand for. But there's no talking to him. And again, that's not because, that's not the old kind of, disagreeing about politics. This
that's ostrich with their head in the sand.
Yeah, this is new.
I don't, I don't want to hear any facts.
That's right. And again, you can't talk to him. My perfect example we were talking about flu shots when I went back when I was visiting a few weeks ago, and I was talking to the kids, and my daughter made my grandkids both get flu shot and COVID shot, and I said something about at least they're investigating whether there's something around. She said, and she said, we don't talk politics. And I said, sweetie, that's not politics. That's medicine. What's healthy for kids? She said, yeah, well, there's Republican medicine and Democrat medicine. I mean, you can't go anywhere with that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's unbelievable. And this is all new. This kind of stuff. This wasn't back in the civil rights movement or the Vietnam movement. This is way different. Anyway, it's sad. It's sad. All right, it's 3:47. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, how you doing? Happy day. Let's put some smiles here. Look out. Da-da.
President Trump is restoring freedom, bringing justice back to America, and restoring power to the people. And the conservative voice of Atlanta has his back and will always bring you the national and local voices you need when it matters most. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Hey, don't forget to celebrate the new location of Atlanta Safe House by getting a new safe, silly. And by the way, Christmas shopping and things are coming up. And then, by the way, guys, this would be a great idea to get your wife a safe, a little like a jewelry safe from Atlanta Safe House for Christmas or whatever holiday you celebrate. And then put some jewelry in it. Get over to Solomon Brothers or something. And bing, bang, boom, what a deal. Atlanta Safe House, and they've got the safes. Don't forget, they have all the top brands, Browning and Fort Knox, American Security, all this stuff. My first gun safe was a Browning. And remember, You don't pay any sales tax on gun safes at Atlanta Safe House. And these are gun safes for big rifles and for pistols and bows and arrows and jewelry and secret drawers. And, I mean, they can build you a family storm shelter. I'm absolutely serious. There's always sales and rebates like crazy. And this is a great time to get it. By the way, don't forget, if you want to rent one, they can do that. If you have a broken safe, they can fix it. They can change your master reset code. And nobody else is getting that, by the way. They're very patriotic. Jeff and Mark taking care of your rights as well as your stuff. Protecting your medical records and, financial stuff like that. Tell them the Kimmer sent you. Look up for them at AtlantaSafeHouse.com.
Atlanta Braves single game tickets for the 2026 season are now on sale. Get your tickets for some exciting matchups next season and check out some fan favorite ticket packages like Hello Kitty, SpongeBob, Snoopy, and Father's Day Catch on the Field. Plus, snag the first giveaway of the season, the Drake Baldwin Rookie of the Year bobblehead on March 31st, presented by Coca-Cola. Visit Braves.com/promos to get your tickets. Atlanta Braves baseball. We are Braves country.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if you've got old, drafty, sticking, or leaking windows, you need the experienced pros at Window Nation. You can pay a lot less and still get the premium windows you're dreaming of. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to GetWindowNation.com or call 866-90Nation for your free estimate. And for a limited time, get 50% off all window styles, plus pay no interest for 5 years.
Here today with Evan Ward, host of North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, we're told to enjoy retirement, but frugal investors often worry about overspending and running out of money. So when it comes to your clients, how can you help ease some of those worries?
Well, it starts with income planning. And, here's one of the most common mistakes. It's almost every single person when we first meet with them, they have no income plan. Mm-hmm. They have a thought, they have a hope, they have hey, if we make enough money, we'll be able, hopefully, to make this money last, but there's no plan. And so we build comprehensive income plan that we know this is how we're exactly going to pay your bills in retirement, and more so because, look, retiring isn't about, well, I've got enough to survive. It's about enjoying life. You didn't work 30, 40 years of your life to get by in retirement. You did it to enjoy the things that you've always wanted to do. And so we're going to build a second component that covers that quality of life, that every month, every year, regardless of what's happening with the market, regardless of what's happening in your life, this money's coming in like clockwork, and you never have to worry about it. You never have to stress about it. You're going to be able to keep the lights on and enjoy the kind of lifestyle that you're looking for.
The name of the show is North Georgia's Retirement Game Plan. And Evan, you say it all the time on the show, a play is not a plan. You've got to have that comprehensive game plan when it comes to your retirement.
You've got to. It's the only way to, one, make sure it's going to work, and two, make sure it's going to work efficiently.
If you'd like to schedule that complimentary retirement income review, call Evan Ward and his team with Atlas Retirement. That number is 678-736-7799. Again, it's 678-736-7799. Or you can always reach them at the website. It's atlasretirement.net. That's atlasretirement.net. Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
At the Honest Car Guy, the entire process is completely transparent. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee, and we even prove it by giving you a copy of the bill of sale. We can sell you any make, any year, any model, and at the Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
That's good, Pastor. Well, all right, here we go now. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Wow. All right. 2001, Scott, is it Whelan or Weiland? I always get this wrong and can't remember. Weiland.
Weiland.
Weiland, like I said. Scott Weiland The lead singer with the Stone Temple Pilots was arrested on this day in 2001 after beating up his wife at the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas. Weiland was booked. You just said it, and I can't remember.
Scott Weiland.
Why? Mr. Weiland was booked on one count of beating her up and released 12 hours later. They had performed at the club that night in Las Vegas, which just goes to prove should never go to Las Vegas. I don't know. I'll never go back there. Let's see. Our birthday list includes Adam Driver. Is 42. Adam Driver, first time I think he got a start was in an HBO series Girls, with that fat chick who was sort of disgusting, led the feminist movement in Hollywood for a little while ago with that show. I can't remember her name now. Anyway, Adam Driver was also those Star Wars movies and also J. Edgar, the movie. Adam Driver, 42 years old today. And I mentioned yesterday was on this day in history. Yesterday in 1863, Abe Lincoln was on the train going to Gettysburg to give his speech. Well, today was the day he gave the speech. And there's one update you might be interested in. I think we probably all remember at least one line from it. 77 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Was to dedicate the Soldiers' National Cemetery, now known as Gettysburg. Although, and of course, the other famous line, the world will not long remember, or whatever thing with the words we say here kind of stuff. But it was considered, it was a short speech, lasted like 2 minutes. Considered one of the history's greatest speeches. Detractors of Abe Lincoln hated it. The Chicago Times said this about Abe Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, quote, "The cheeks of every American must tingle with shame as he reads the silly, flat, and dish-watery utterances." Man, they were tough back then. Yeah. Jeez, 356. How's it going?
Adam Driver's a Marine.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
To say what he must have been in for I wonder if he went anywhere.
Well, before he went, he was in for 2 or 3 years, and he got injured in some kind of training thing. He was in the mortar division, artillery or something. Yeah. He got injured, so they basically said, "Well, you can't be in the Marines anymore because you can't do anything." So.
Yeah, that was the way. That was why when bad things happened at a place like Parris Island, you didn't want to complain, because if they sent you to the hospital or the sick bay, you had to start all over again. So if you've gone through 5 weeks of training at Parris Island, and then you hurt something, and they send you to sick bay, and you're there for a couple of weeks, you don't go back to your platoon. You start over, and so that's why. Anyway, there's a couple of things happened where a guy took a rifle butt to, didn't want to complain about it. Anyway, 356. Long story. Never mind that now. How about a little love story? As you know, I, the Kimmer, am something of a romance legend, so I will share with you now a happy story. I think this is kind of a cute story. So we have a bunch that are not. We got a Flounders Funny coming up here in about a minute. A happy couple, Zach Zarembinski and Isabel Richard, met inside the Regents Hospital in St. Paul, Minnesota, many years ago. They were both patients there after injuries in 2018. They were both in a coma. They came out of their coma and met, and now they're getting married. They got engaged at the hospital with the staff that treated them 7 years ago, and all the nurses and doctors and so forth. The 18-year-old kid suffered a brain bleed and collapsed at his high school football game. He was a lineman and got hurt in the play, suffered a brain bleed, went into a coma. The girl was in a car wreck in a coma. They woke up, met, and eventually started dating, and boom, pow, they had both. She had part of her skull removed, and he had part of his skull on the other side of his head removed. So now they're complementary skull removal lovebirds, and they're getting married in the hospital. I thought that was so sweet. Anyway, 358, Kimmer, Payton, Flounder. A little Flounder's Funny back there. I'll bet you there at some point.
I try to be a good dad. I feel like I make more of an effort than my father. My dad's generation, they didn't have to do anything. My dad never went to a parent-teacher conference. My dad didn't even know I went to school. My father couldn't be bothered to turn his head if something was happening behind him. What the hell's going on back there? I don't know if he couldn't turn his head or if it wasn't worth the effort. What the hell's going on back there? We're celebrating my birthday. Keep it down. I'm watching Ironsides. Happy birthday to you.
Jim Gaffigan.
He's a weird freak. Anyway, 3:59. By the way, in case you missed it, there's another bombshell report calling on America to label an Islamist extreme group. The Global Research Center, a report that says the Muslim Brotherhood is trying to transform Western society from within and infiltrate the United States. Danger, danger, danger. Infiltrating all aspects of American life, including education, the military, and politics. And it's all coming down. Here, you know what's going on in this country? How do you like to change over the last 10, 15 years? Anyway, coming about 4 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder, 404-741-1230, 1230, if you'd like to join us. And it's hump day, so hump along here. What do you think?
WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey broadcasting station. This hour is presented by Atlanta's Safe House.
Democrats on the defense. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. After 6 Democrats in Congress with military or intelligence backgrounds posted a video urging service members not to carry out what they call illegal orders. Colorado Congressman and former Army Ranger Jason Crow is one of them and tells Fox,
"We are reminding folks about what the Uniform Code of Military Justice says, what the Constitution says, what the law of war says."
He doesn't offer any specific orders, but points to the president.
Donald Trump has put them in very difficult positions and has alluded to putting them in even more difficult positions in the months and years ahead.
Crow has introduced a war powers resolution aimed at blocking unauthorized strikes as the administration targets suspected drug boats. Texas Republican Congressman Pat Fallon is an Air Force veteran.
We had an election in November 2024, and the American people resoundingly chose Donald J. Trump to be the commander-in-chief. And I want our military members to follow legal and lawful orders, which he's been issuing.
He calls the Democrat video problematic and subversive. Former U.S. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers is giving up more positions at organizations he's long been part of over ties to the late sex offender Jeffrey Epstein after the recent release of emails between them.
Well, Larry Summers not only has resigned from the board of ChatGPT's OpenAI amid the Epstein scandal, but Fox confirms he's also stepping down from the board of directors of the Center for American Progress, the Center for Global Development, the Peterson Institute for International Economics, and the advisory councils of the Yale Budget Club and the Brookings Institute. The New York Times and Bloomberg are also dropping Summers.
Fox's Brian Yanis. Harvard University is launching its own investigation. Summers still a professor there for now. Stocks finish higher. The Dow snaps a losing streak, up 47 points at the bell. America is listening to Fox News.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE, 866-89-BIBLE.
Look out now. I remember the time I was riding my motorcycle many years ago in Alpharetta. I lived near the amphitheater there. And I was driving my motorcycle by the Encore Parkway, and I saw the weirdest crowd of people wearing the weirdest leather and weird, strange stuff and paint, face, unbelievable. And I said to myself, man, there's a motley crew. Turns out it was Motley Crue that night performing, and sure enough, well, on this day in 1998, Motley Crue opened a new retail store called S-Crew, or Screw, I guess, S-C-R-U-E with an apostrophe in the middle, Screw, in Los Angeles. The Motley Crue store stocked merchandise from the band's worldwide tours, clothing from both the clothing lines by bassist Nikki Sixx and vocalist Vince Neil, and all their Motley Crue albums. Motley Crue store in L.A. in 1998. I don't know if it's still going on there or not. Let's see, birthdays. Allison Janney is 66. Bonnie on Mom, but I know her as C.J. Craig on West Wing. Allison Janney. She was also in Drop Dead Gorgeous. And again, I have that movie on my DVR, my library. And it's a freaky weird movie with that. The girl who was in with Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man movie, the big head and the blonde, and she also did another series.
Kirsten
Dunst, yeah. And she was dropped at Gore. And Allison Janney, if I'm not mistaken, played one of the girls' mom. Might have been Kirsten Dunst's mom. I can't remember. And I think she was the one where she's kind of a flirt, and some guy showed up near the house, and she said, "Can you give me a ride home?" And she lived 20 yards away. She just wanted to get in the guy's car. It was very funny. Anyway, Allison Janney's 66. Happy birthday. That was a stupid story to tell. And on this day in 1975, it took 13 years, but One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, directed by Milos Forman, got done. From the day the film had first been announced to its first day of shooting, 13 years went by. The actual filming of the movie only took 3 months, which was filmed at Oregon State Hospital in Salem, Oregon. Based on Ken Kesey's movie of the same name, the movie starred Jack Nicholson as Randall McMurphy, a man accused of raping a child who feigned mental illness so he could avoid going. God, I didn't know that's what he did. I do not remember anything about what he was there for. I don't remember
he wasn't
that.
Crazy, no.
Oh, no, I remember he wasn't. He faked it all, but I didn't know he was there for raping a child. Did you know he was there for raping a child? I don't remember that. I mean, my whole attitude now changes, and they should have smothered him. Oh my God, I didn't know that. I mean, seriously. I mean, oh my God, hold on, really, seriously. I just have a whole completely turnaround thing. Oh my God, wait.
Should have shot him the first day.
This is unbelievable. Wait, hold on. Oh my God, this is really hysterical.
Well, maybe that was the book and play, but for the movie they changed it.
I don't remember that being part of the movie. That never came up. Maybe if it did, I sure didn't. But you think you'd have remembered that in the movie?
Yeah.
You don't remember it, do you?
No, I saw the play a year or so ago up here, and
oh my God,
I don't remember that being part of it.
Anyway, McMurphy
maybe it was
faked his mental illness so he could avoid going to prison. Louise Fletcher, Nurse Ratched. The movie starred Will Sampson, Danny DeVito, Sidney Lassick, William Redfield, Christopher Lloyd, formerly from Taxi and other thing, and the Back to the Future thing, and Brad Dourif. The film nominated for 9 Academy Awards and won 5. Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor Nicholson, Best Actress Fletcher, and Best Screenplay. And it took 13 years to make it, but holy crap. Well, that's really, isn't that amazing? I'm flabbergasted that all of a sudden, I didn't know he raped that child. I don't feel bad anymore. And that story with the big Indian, what a cat. I mean, really was, what a cast. Anyway, all right, Tim, repeat and flounder. 404-741-1230. How's it going? 404-741-1230. Oh, by the way, one quick thing. I just noticed this. Also, we were talking about relationships and a thing a minute ago, and movie stars. And in fact, I remember a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week ago, as a People magazine announces the man of the year, or the sexiest man of the in the world, or whatever it is, and it's a guy we had never heard of, some actor that I've never seen, and he's in one of the. Well, guess what? Vanity Fair now has declared the end of the old school movie star and the rise of Hollywood's new vulnerable leading man.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
mean pussy.
Yeah. Let's see. Annual cover story 2026 Hollywood issue. Let's hear it for the boys. Like Andrew Garfield, Paul Mescal, Glenn Powell. That's the guy. Glenn Powell. Never heard of him. I don't know whether he was not in Barbie, but one of those movies.
Twisters. He's in this latest Running Man remake.
Is that it? Yeah. I mean, so I guess he's a huge.
He was it.
Yeah.
He was in what's the Tom Cruise thing? Top Gun 2.
Oh, okay. Well, he's hugely famous. I mean, I can't go by me. I'm nothing and a nobody.
He's the male Sydney Sweeney right now.
Oh, there you go. Well, this guy, Glenn Powell, is their leader as the new Hollywood leading man. But here's what they say. It's a shift away from the industry's golden age male archetype. Hollywood's golden age studio turned regular men into secular gods, changing their names, hiding their flaws, according to the cover story. And the era of the remote matinee idol is over. The dawn of the almost approachable, appealingly authentic modern actor. Meet the new class of leading men. Fantasy men, yes, but boyfriend-shaped, accessible, kind, vulnerable, and recognizably human. Once untouchable stars like Tom Cruise, Marlon Brando, replaced by actors who share their feelings and intimate life details online. We want to know them, how they feel, what makes them tick. We follow their playlists, their breakups, their skincare routines. Oh, my God. Skincare routines? Excuse me? And by the way, in fact, there's a story, I think it's in the New York Post, with pictures of a little girl. There is now, an actress is now, I didn't read the whole story, some actress has now started a beauty line of facial skin care for children, like 4 and 5-year-old girls. Skin care, putting on a mask. I mean, in fact, let me see if I can find it here. I was on the front part of the New York Post. And if it is, come on, kick over, you skank. Here we go. Hold on, I got it right here. And it's a picture of this cute little girl, and it's like before and after taking on a skin mask. And I'm telling you, she can't be 5. I'm going through there's a lot of, it's recycling. Here we go. We'll get to it eventually. Anyway, but again, I mean, it's astounding. They're just, I don't know what the hell we're doing, where we're going.
Well, they're making more money, and they don't seem to care who they hurt while they do it. God. And plus, Hollywood's been beta mailing everybody for how many years now, making everything trans and making everything, everybody's gay now or trans or something. I mean, a real man, it has no chance in Hollywood.
In fact, I mentioned earlier the Clay and Buck show, and Clay is off, but Buck was in there, and he was talking about a recent survey that showed, I don't know, something like barely 60% of young girls and women want to get married. So almost half of the American population of young women do not want to get married. And I also Googled that for other studies show that it's even worse than that it's like 35% of American women really want to be married. And the interesting thing is the surveys also show that way more boys want to get married than girls. And I'm wondering, maybe that says a little something about what the hell's happened to the masculinity factor and whether women, I guess, clearly no longer want some big, strong guy to make sure to protect them, take care of them while they, are free to live the life they've always wanted.
No. Yeah, I think most conservative young women want to be married, and most liberal young women, with exceptions on both sides, most liberal young women don't want to be, which means
or don't care either way.
Conservatives will have more babies and will outnumber.
Well, that could be the good news. Yeah, that could be the good. You're right. But again, I'm just, what a change in everything. What, something bad? You're tapping. Am I doing something bad? What? What'd I do?
I lost sound there for a second.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought maybe I was screaming and yelling in my sleep, and I had no idea.
Oh, no. I'll just walk out of the room if you start screaming.
Boys, if I had a dime for every time some girl... Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, just the other night, 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a freaking woman banging on my door, screaming and yelling and banging on my door at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock in the morning, screaming and yelling, banging on my door. So I had to get up and let her out, and then... try to get back to sleep. Thank you so much. Be in town all week. 313. Yeah. Kipper, Pete, and Flounder. Let's do a game. You want to do a game? Let's do a game. Game. Here we go. Look out. Game.
It's time for the Bortz Report, brought to you by Southern Exteriors, the Southeast's premier home exterior solution. Quality and precision you can rely on for over 20 years. Visit southernexteriors.co.
The left keeps whining, and oh, do they ever whine about Donald Trump being an authoritarian. You want to see an authoritarian? Put me in charge for a week or two. Let me go out there and just make the laws I want to make and have them enforced. Yes, I have a list. It'll make Donald Trump look weak. Okay, Bort's Law. Here we go. If you run from the police in a car when you are finally stopped, the law will state that you must be pulled out of that car, not by a policeman, but by a police canine. Give you something to think about while you're running. Shoplifters. If you are convicted of shoplifting, the punishment will be that your home will be opened to a group of really poor people who will be allowed to run into your home and take whatever they want without any compensation for you. Scammers. All attempts at scamming somebody out of their money, like these emails telling you that you have won a marvelous tool set from Home Depot, will be punished as if you had been successful. You won't be rewarded for failure. Capital punishment. If you're convicted of a capital crime and sentenced to death, all appeals must be carried out within 90 days and the execution set within 1 week of your final appeal. And you will die the same way your victim died. Idiots who block highways in protests. You will be allowed to proceed through the protesters at idle speed. Just take your foot off the brake and roll forward. Any faster than that, it leaves the authorities with the cleanup job. And that's just my first week. You haven't seen authoritarianism yet. I'll show you an authoritarian. Neil Bortz, Extra 106.3.
Hi, Megan here with Southern Exteriors. In this holiday season, we're excited to give back by transforming a neighbor's home with a free, brand new James Hardy siding installation. No gimmicks, no fine print. You can enter for yourself or nominate a deserving friend, family member, or neighbor whose home could truly use it. But don't wait. Entries close December 1st. To nominate, go to southernexteriors.co. That's southernexteriors.co.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
What is that sound?
It's our rejection detection system. It's showing that several men across Georgia are being denied intimacy by their partners due to ED.
How can this be?
Well, it's more common than you think. As men age, their bodies change. And unfortunately, once they get over 50, some things don't work like they used to.
So what do we do?
There's only one thing to do. We need to get them to Dr. Eric Deal at Total Body Therapy of Georgia. He He can fix ED problems.
But how?
At Total Body Therapy of Georgia, they are experts in the P-shot, testosterone replacement, regenerative therapy, and Trimex to create an erection and more.
Hi, this is Dr. Eric Deal from Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Did you know that 50% of men over 50 struggle with some form of ED? Guys, it won't get better on its own. When it's not hard, it's really hard. But I can help you today. Call us at Total Body Therapy of Georgia at 404-777-1911 or learn more about us online at tbtofga.com.
Yeah, there we go. Oh. Bad Medicine, baby. In 1988, Bon Jovi, 2 weeks, #1 singles chart in America, lead single from the band's album in New Jersey, Bad Medicine, began the group's third #1 single and number 17 hit in Britain. Bad Medicine, 1988. Bon Jovi screaming there for you. Wow, thank you. There we go. All right, sir. And our birthday list today includes, let's see what we do. Calvin Klein. Calvin Klein is 83 years old today. Michael J. Fox played him in Back to the Future. Is that right? I don't remember Michael J. Fox playing Calvin Klein.
That's what the girl called him because he was wearing Calvin Klein underwear.
Ah.
When he went Back to the Future,
you know, I
called him Calvin.
And was it? I really have forgotten everything. What, would he go back and he was flirting with who would become his mother? Was that the deal?
No, his mother was flirting with him.
Ah, there you go. And did he know it at the time?
He found. I mean, yeah, because he knew exactly. He knew.
So he was trying to avoid. Yeah, I kind of get a little inkling of. Yeah. Anyway, and they had to get up to 88 miles an hour in that DeLorean, and it only went to 85 miles an hour in reality or something. I don't remember. Anyway,
there's a conspiracy theory. Do you remember the movie The Goonies?
Yeah.
That movie and Back to the Future are linked together.
Oh, really?
It all happened on the same day.
Oh, well, I haven't heard that. Calvin Klein, 83. I'll be damned. All right, sir. And let's see. Oh, hold on a second here. A tribute to our space program. The third and fourth guys to walk on the moon did it today in 1969. Astronauts Pete Conrad and Alan Bean, 2 Americans, became the third and fourth guys to walk on the moon. When Conrad put his first step on the moon, he said, quote, "Whoopee, man, that may have been a small one for Neil, but that's a long one for me." By long one, you mean, well, anyway. All right, there they go. So the third and fourth guys to walk on the moon. That had to be a thrill. I remember looking up. We went out there and looked up at the moon, and when they landed on there, I'd just come back from the Marines and was at Arizona State at night. Looked up at that moon and thought, "Oh my God!" And,
we raced up to my great grandmother's house because she had better reception on her black and white TV to watch it there in Durham, Mississippi.
Yeah, and I remember Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, and Robert Heinlein, the science fiction author, was there with Cronkite talking about it.
Yeah. Boy, we were glued to that stuff. I mean, it was what a time that was. I mean, really think about landing a man on the moon.
Yeah, and all those people that say it didn't happen. India just sent up a satellite, and the damn lunar module is still there, and they took a photo of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still there.
Yeah, and by the way, is it the moon where there's a rock that doesn't belong, or Mars?
Mars.
Oh, they did some study, and it turns out that there's a rock on Mars that doesn't belong on Mars. Mars doesn't have rocks like that. There's only one rock apparently on Mars like this one, and it came from somewhere else. Now, wait a minute. They're saying, no, this is not necessarily the falling meteorite that hit Mars and stayed there, because there'd be a billion of them. I mean, it's just something. They think it's from a foreign, a UFO or something. I mean, oh man, what a freaking mystery this is. And by the way, NASA today said they were going to release information about that big thing's coming toward us. Whatever the hell, whether it's an asteroid, the A1 Atlas thing or whatever it is, and they're supposed to release information about it, and I haven't seen anything yet, so we'll keep you posted. But, I mean, don't you want to know? Don't you want to know? I want to know about the Big Bang. I want to know about what the hell's going on. I want to know about other universes, and holy cow, and space creatures, and, what?
You're awful nosy.
I know I'm very nosy. I'm so sorry. I think, when you die, I think you get an angel and she takes you around a tour and explains stuff, and then everything becomes clear.
Angels don't have sex.
I have my own. I'm sorry. I have this all worked out already. I got it all. See, the key is if you put it in your head, when the time comes and you're going to die, that's going to kick in. And so even if there's nothing there for me except blackness, I'll have that to go for eternity. Until God finds me.
Blackness for eternity. Keep it up. or
Until God will find me. I put the I'm an ordained minister, for all the right reasons. Anyway, Flounder, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder here on 106.3, 4:23 on the clock. And let's see if we got a little size. Hey, Johnny Olson, who's our next contestant? I just lost a mic there. Who's our next contestant on Holy Crap?
You doing
Pete's
it.
got a game.
The sound goes away because you knocked your mic off.
I didn't touch it. I wasn't moving. Anyway,
crazy.
What's going on?
Going deaf or something.
Me too. I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Yeah.
They just did a survey of all 50 states.
All right.
And D.C. and Puerto Rico.
All right, sir.
And they did the percent of the population in each state that's been married 3 or more times.
3 or more times. Wow.
3 or more times. What state? And there's one state.
Yeah.
That's 7%, almost 8% of that population of that state has been married 3 or more times. What state is that? Flounder.
California.
No, surprisingly, California is only 2% has done that. With all the Hollywood marriages going down, yeah.
Yeah, I would have picked California first. Then I'll pick, it's probably someplace in the South. I'll pick New York State.
Okay, what did you? Okay, let's just go over what you just said. Probably somewhere in the South. I will pick New York State.
I didn't want to belittle the South by picking the South.
New York State is actually just 1%, and you got to remember there's a lot of Catholics up there.
Well, that's true too.
That's wrong too. So Flounder,
but a lot of Democrats though too.
Hopefully Flounder stays married more.
Yeah,
Catholics stay married longer usually than other people.
I would think it's probably true.
Because the Pope comes and personally kills them if they.
Well, kill the killer.
Flounder, give me another state.
How about Massachusetts?
No, Massachusetts. Once again, a lot of Catholics. Just 1% get married 3 or more times. Kimmer.
All right. Louisiana.
You're getting very close. Louisiana, 4%, but not the most. Not 8%. Nope.
How about Texas?
You're getting close too. That's 3.9% there in Texas, but no, it is not Texas. It's very close to Texas and Louisiana, though.
Well, how about Mississippi?
No, Mississippi is 5%, but it is not 7 and 8%. No, it is not Mississippi.
Goodness. Well, Flounder.
What about Illinois?
Illinois, you're getting colder. It's 2% there in Illinois, I'm afraid, there. So, once again, you're getting away from the southern states. That's not a good idea.
Well, then, did I say Alabama yet? I'll say Alabama.
No, Alabama's 5.9%. It is not number 1 and married 3 or more times. Flounder, ball's in your court.
What about Florida?
Divorce court. No, Florida, 4.7%. Not 7 or 8% like this other state is. Kimmer, your turn.
Well, Oklahoma.
No, Oklahoma's actually number 2 at 6.5%. Oklahoma is number 2. Once again, you're very close, but you are not exactly there yet. So, Flounder, you have a chance here.
Hopefully I'm wrong on this one. How about Georgia?
Georgia's 4.2%. You're getting colder there.
All right, New Mexico.
Oh, my God.
What?
New Mexico is 4%. No, it is not New Mexico.
But I've been named all the states.
No, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama. You pretty much surrounded
Arkansas.
the state. Arkansas.
Thank you
is
very
the
much.
State
Nobody thinks of Arkansas about anything. If you do a survey of anything, no one would pick the state Arkansas.
I'll have you know that Arkansas is it's the natural state, land of opportunity.
Yes, that's true. Arkansas,
fine people.
West Virginia, some of the most beautiful topography you'll ever see driving around through the countryside.
A lot of meth in Arkansas.
I wouldn't want to go there for that. I'm an addict.
A lot of meth here.
Yeah.
George, where
yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that was
California, only 2%. Surprisingly, it's amazing.
Well, I guess they murder most of their ex-spouses. So.
I guess so. And at D.C. is 0.8%.
Well, it's just they don't get married; they just cheat.
Now Utah, what do you think Utah's is?
Well, it's got to be low. Mormon stuff, probably 2%.
Actually, it's 3.5. So
really?
it's higher than you think.
Yeah, it is higher than I think.
Well, when you have 7 wives, you got to get rid of a few of them every now and then.
In fact,
yes,
how about that story? This is true. I mean, and again, I don't know how they work this. I don't know how this works, but there's a woman named Sherilyn Watson, 71 years old, and she is suing her former husband, David, who's 73, claiming she's entitled to a part of their shared property in Utah. They are part of the Apostolic United Brethren, and he is their prophet, their leader of this church group. And he has, he's only legally married in Utah to one woman, but he has 5 wives. Sherilyn founded her own business, made some money out of it, gave the money to her husband to provide for the family home. And she was promised an equal interest in the property, and then she finally left him because it turns out she got jealous because he was spending all his time with the wives he really liked more than her. He neglected her and their disabled son, who has since died. He apparently left her there with the disabled son to spend time with 2 other wives he liked better. And she said, whenever one Miss Special Life needs something, he always runs to her instead. I'm like, oh, my God. Anyway, so she's suing because of this, was promised an equal interest in the property when they split up. And he was, she says, polygamy really worked for me. I know that's really hard for people to accept. It was presented to me, and it felt right. We had a lot of good times together. Jesus. I mean, I don't know how that... And I've seen that, I've never watched actually the show, but I've seen promos for the sister wives. Isn't that the same thing, where they have several women who share the same guy, right? Yeah. Well, first of all, I know this is wrong to say, but they all seem fairly unattractive. Have you ever seen this? This is probably not very nice to say, but I'm telling you, every time I've actually gone through looking for stuff to watch, and I see the promos for the sister wives or the polygamy time, and they're all really I don't know, they don't seem very happy, and they're not. I don't know. I can't believe it. I don't know how you would live with that. I really seriously don't know.
It's like custody. You get them from 7 to 9 p.m. Mondays, Wednesdays,
and they all
Fridays.
have 8 kids. I mean, it's I don't know how they do it. 4:30, cover Pete and Flounder, 106.3. How's it going? Happy Hump Days. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Keep you posted on everything. I got.
Did you miss Neil Bortz?
I am shocked.
Don't worry. He's live anytime on the Extra 106.3 app.
Oh, that radio show.
Did traffic cause you to miss some of the Kimmer Show? Get it on the app.
It's all the kids talk about on Monday at school.
With anytime show replays from the Kimmer, Bortz, The Morning Extra, Clay and Buck, and so much more. Plus local headlines and breaking news. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Well, we had a little sprinkle overnight. I don't know where you are, but still planting season and beautiful warm temperatures. Stovall & Company, 3rd generation wholesale landscaping suppliers. If you're a builder or contractor, it's not just, seeds and plants and trees and flowers and shrubs and lawns and sprinkler systems and irrigation systems. But if you're putting in somebody's outdoor fireplace by the pool or an outdoor kitchen or something, you need stuff for that, Stovall & Company. They've got it all. And again, a family business means if you're in a hurry for it, it's probably already on the way. Look out your window. And again, I'd love to tell you about this. If you need something special and they don't have it, they can tell you where else to get it, even if they means you go somewhere else. You'll love these people. StovallInc.com.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Fall is in the air, and Central Heating and Air Conditioning is making it the perfect time to upgrade your comfort. For a limited time, you get up to $2,100 in rebates and 60 months, 0% financing with approved credit. That's right, savings up front and no interest for 5 whole years. A brand new carrier system from Central delivers dependability, efficiency, and comfort every family deserves. Central Heating and Air Conditioning have set the standard in heating and cooling for over 3 generations. And now's your chance to bring that comfort home with the best savings of the season. These dual incentives don't come around often, so act now. Call 770-GET-HEAT today. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or visit centralheat.com, centralheat.com. Upgrade your comfort, lock in your savings, and turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
Ho, ho, holy cow. Family and friends are coming for the holidays, and you need some projects done around the house before they arrive. Relax. We've got you covered. Hi, I'm Chris Lalamia from the Trusted Toolbox. With our handyman for a day deal, we can knock out all those projects you've been putting off for months. From plumbing issues and painting to flooring, fencing, trim work, and much, much more. So get your home ready for the holidays and call us at 770-623-3097, or you can always book it online at thetrustedtoolbox.com.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all three are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty. Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies.
Hey, it's front office lows for Howard Brothers and Echo. The leaves are dropping and the wood needs chopping. That means it's time to get your yard fall ready. Do it the smart way with Echo's battery-powered tools. Quiet, powerful, and built to perform. No gas, no hassle, just grab and go. With blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws to help you work, Echo equipment gives you the freedom to take on the fall cleanup with ease. Find yours today at Howard Brothers, where power meets performance and your purchase is backed by a team you can trust. The grass is always greener when you take care of it with Echo and Howard Brothers.
This is Jonathan Geller at D. Geller & Son Jewelers. My dad, Mike. Dad, what's the all-time best Christmas gift?
Diamond studs. Everybody needs a pair.
And ours don't break the bank. Real diamonds set in gold from just $275. And with D. Geller & Son's lifetime upgrade, get 100% of what you paid towards a bigger pair anytime for life.
We also have diamond jackets for $595 that go around the studs to instantly change the look.
So come spend the holidays with the experts at D. Geller & Son in Kennesaw, Sandy Springs, and online at dgeller.com.
Oh, and now here we go with this judging thing again with
Welcome
the Kimmer.
to the Kimmer Show halftime update.
So a lot of
check
things
in with Pete and the scoreboard.
Changed
Stories
during the
prepared
day
versus stories actually covered.
the news we have to get to.
Quiet, plebeian. You're about to be judged.
Oh, my God, man.
Of the 10 stories
Yes.
that you woke Flounder up at 3:30 this morning.
That was 5:30, please. You're killing me.
5:30. You're batting 300. You've done 3 out of 10.
Hey, Hall of Fame, baby.
Hall of Fame. Andrew Jones didn't bat 300.
Yeah.
That's why he's not in yet.
That's right. The Ted Williams of my time right there. But Andrew Jones probably ought to be in the Hall of Fame.
He should be in the Hall of Fame, and they're voting again. I don't know if it's come down yet.
Is it batting average? Is that? I mean, he's been, a star in a couple of different ways. He set a record of the youngest person ever kind of thing, and then he kind of disappeared, I guess.
Like Del Murphy faded his last few years, and they're holding that against him.
Yeah, I think.
And this is his last year on the 10-year ballot. So
there are too many guys that get delegated, or whatever, who do not belong in the Hall of Fame.
Two words. Harold Baines. If that loser is
Chicago,
in, then Andrew Jones needs to be in.
Yeah.
Tony La Russa muscled Harold Baines in. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. The Chicago White Sox, right? Wasn't that the time back in the... Yeah. Oh, man. Anyway. Well, that's fairly good news. Anyway, give repeat and flounder 404-741-1230, 741-1230. I was going to do a birthday. In fact, we just talked about. What did we just talk about?
The
moonshot. The moon. We were looking at the moon for the moon landing, and the guys on the moon. The guys who walked on the moon. Well, our birthday list includes Kathleen Quinlan. Kathleen Quinlan is 71. Kathleen Quinlan, of course, was in Apollo 13. She was also in Family Law on TV. But when Kathleen Quinlan, 71 years old, Apollo 13, when she did her acting contract, she put in her contract that she was not allowed, she would refuse to work after 6 p.m. because she wanted to go home to her husband. And that was in the contract. No working after 6 p.m. because she wanted to go home and be with her husband. Which is, where do you get a girl like that? Anyway, Kathleen. And speaking of that, Kathleen Quinlan, 71. How about this relationship thing? Also in Dear Abby, ironically, we were talking about the family split, the man and wife splitting up because of politics. Dear Abby, husband of 4.5 years. He had an old girlfriend off and on for 15 years. And this is kind of fun part. She passed away while he was in prison. We got married 3 months after he was released from prison. When he sleeps, almost every night, he says her name and how much he loves her. He says because he's doing it in his sleep, he doesn't know he's doing it, and it seems to upset him that I'm upset about it. He doesn't want to hurt me. What can I do to deal with it or get him to stop doing it? Dear Dreads, the vet in Colorado, she writes, your husband was with his late girlfriend much longer than been married to you. Old habits die hard. If he wakes you when this happens, don't hesitate to wake him. If he asks why, explain you're talking in your sleep. And then she says, try to remember she is history and you're the one right next to him. Well, that sounds a little too healthy for me to accept. So I don't know about that.
Once again, the bitterness explodes to the surface. The ghosts of the past.
I can't help it.
We all have ghosts. You just got to ignore the ghosts.
Yeah, right. I can ignore them.
They're the ghosts. That's the reason they're ghosts.
They're not real.
Yes, they're in the past.
That's what I thought. Here's some good news for old farts like me and people who might have some issues with their brains. It turns out now that a study in Tokyo at the University of something or other has led scientists to finding a key to halting the brain decline before the symptoms of Alzheimer's. This could be unbelievably helpful. Alzheimer's has been linked to harmful tau protein fibrils. I assume it's pronounced fibrils. Could be fibrils. Tau protein fibrils that build up in the brain and interfere with cognitive function. Researchers now, though, have discovered soft, small clusters that appear first. When the early clusters were dissolved, it prevented the toxics from forming, which could effectively block Alzheimer's from forming at all. Microscopic precursors measured only tens of nanometers. They're tiny, they're soft, and the researchers were able to dissolve them, so no tall fibrils were formed. It could eventually be applied to research of neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's. The investigation and research was done in vitro biochemical models. They haven't done it on a human yet. And it's not known whether similar reversible clusters exist in the same way in human brain tissue, but holy cow. Can you imagine if they can destroy the little things that start to cause Alzheimer's? There goes Alzheimer's. I mean, wow. And again, I remember a guy, I won an Emmy many years ago in television for a study that I was part of that I did about brain function, and forever scientists have been clear that we probably don't know more than about 20% of what our brain can do. We just don't know. I mean, we're still at that stage. Now, maybe AI is going to change everything, but again, they still have to have information to put into the AI computer thing, so I don't know. But again, astounding. 443. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. 404-741-1230. Oh, by the way, this is a bizarre story. It's just kind of an update. I hate talking. I don't like to do a lot of crime stuff here, but this is bizarre, and I'm trying to think of what the hell I would do if I were the father. You may have heard the case about a Florida cheerleader, 18-year-old girl named Anna Banana Kepner. They called her Anna Banana. She was 18 years old, went with her entire family, Florida high school cheerleader, went on a Cardinal cruise ship tour, and she was with her family, the stepmom, the stepfather, a whole bunch of kids from the family. She and her children were all, the wife and husband and all the kids were on a cruise. The teen and her father, when apparently the girls said they were all together, and she said, well, I don't feel good. I'm going back to my room. Well, then the family couldn't find her. When they gathered for breakfast the next morning, she was nowhere to be found. They searched the entire ship, had 4,000 passengers, and then at 11 o'clock the next morning, a maid was cleaning a room and found her body wrapped in a blanket and stuffed under a bed.
Oh, that had to be a bad day for her. God.
And apparently, they're investigating her stepbrother on the tour, on the trip, the Carnival cruise, with the whole freaking family, like 6 or 8 of them or something. And something happened, and the FBI, because it was on open water, FBI said they're investigating a stepbrother that killed her, wrapped her in life jackets and a blanket, and shoved her under a bed where the maid found her. The family is asking, by the way, do not wear black at the funeral. She was a girl who loved color, so wear something colorful. She had just been baptized. This 18-year-old girl had just been baptized, and she'd also just passed the test to enter the military. She was going to join the military. And something bad happened on the Carnival cruise, and apparently her stepbrother killed her. Good grief. 4:45, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? Holy crap at sports. We got tweets. We got stuff here. We got etiquette. We got etiquette. Well, you can use some etiquette around here. I know that. Oh, look out. Hump day, baby. Ya-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Stream Atlanta's only conservative voice anywhere you go with the Extra 106.3 app, now equipped with Apple CarPlay. That means you'll always have Extra's crystal clear HD stream right on your dashboard no matter where you are. Download the all-new Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
Hey, Atlanta, it's Mark from Atlanta Safe House. Just when you thought the country couldn't get any crazier, the Democrats surprise you. Shutting the government down for lame political reasons, liberals complaining of taking criminals and illegals off the street. When will this craziness stop? Well, in this crazy world, there is one place to go for peace of mind. Drop by Atlanta Safe House and let the safe experts help you select a safe to best protect your hard-earned valuables. Our brands include Browning, Fort Knox, Champion, and many more. So go by the showroom or go to atlantasafehouse.com.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the honest car guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
We found a better way for customers to buy a car. An honest way, a very transparent way. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee. We even prove it to you by giving you a copy of the bill of sale at the end of the deal. The honest car guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Hey, Braves fans, some things just get better with time, like your love for the Braves and banking with Truist One Checking. It's checking for life, offering everyday essentials like no overdraft fees and a tap-to-pay debit card, and great extras you'll appreciate season after season, like automatic upgrades as your balances grow. Be ready every inning with Truist One Checking. It's life-ready checking that grows with you. Get Truist One Checking today. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Of all the radio ads I've ever done, I only advertised one thing that I think saved my life. My CPAP machine, sleep apnea. And I found the best CPAP dealer out there ever, Roddy, at CPAPs, etc. in Alpharetta. CPAPsETC.com. Everything you need, all the supplies, shipped anywhere at a price that often beats insurance. CPAPsETC.com. Go take a peek now.
Time now for the Retire Wise Report. James Parker here with financial advisor Sean Maloney, founder and CEO of Retire Wise. Many people assume their taxes will automatically go down once they retire and stop collecting paychecks. Sean, is this a dangerous assumption?
It can be, because you know what? Lower taxes in retirement can be a myth. It's not always true, right? Remember, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits could be taxed, right? Your traditional IRA and 401k income is 100% taxable, so that needs to be accounted for. And that's why it's so important to find ways to reduce or eliminate your taxes wherever possible.
Tell us about the offer you have for our listeners.
Hey, look, now is the time to start looking ahead and identifying your tax liabilities in retirement. Well, we have a great resource for you guys. We have what's called the Retire Happy Framework Toolkit. You can get a copy today by calling or texting the word WISE to 770-802-2200. My team helped put together this just for you, and it's a complimentary guide. And the center of this is a copy of my latest book, The Priority of Retirement. It has chapters on everything from Social Security to investments to income planning. We include guides in there as well as on strategies for income planning, for taxes, and even dealing with recessions in retirement, among other things. So if you want to get this information in your hands today, call or text the word WISE to 770-802-2200. That's 770-802-2200.
Take advantage of this offer. Get your Retire Happy Framework today. Just text WISE to 770-802-2200. And the team at Retire Wise will get you your Retire Happy Framework right away. So just call or text WISE to 770-802-2200. Investment advisory services made available through AE Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Firm does not provide tax services.
Okay, who just opened your Obamacare or Marketplace renewal and almost fell off that chair? Hey, 35%, and it's not even any better? You're not crazy. They keep jacking the premium and giving you less. I don't know about this stuff, but I know who does. I go to Steven, the health insurance doctor. I send people there because he's been doing this 16 years. He wins awards for this stuff. He helps the self-employed, 1099, small business owners, the people actually paying for their own insurance. You bet you're going to get corporate-style coverage, nationwide PPO. How about lower zero deductibles, plans that pay you cash benefits when you use them? And he does it all around the year round there because, you know what, he's independent. He's got multiple carriers to quote. A lot of you are going to see that premium go right down instead of up. And in some cases, saving to 60% over that renewal number. He works for you, not Washington. Here's the number, 678-523-0759. 678-523-0759. Or go to healthinsurancedoctor.net. It's Steven, not a call center. Your plan, your savings, and tell him the Kibber sent you. Yeah, look out now. Maybelline. Not talking about the makeup. Well, this really sounds funny. This had to be, what was it, the 50s he did this song, maybe? Wow. You can really tell the tinny timbre of it, too. Chuck Berry here. Maybelline, 1979. On this day, Chuck Berry released from prison after serving 4 months for tax evasion. They used to put you in jail for that. Don't have to do that if you're Hunter Biden or anybody like that. Anyway, Kara Payton Flounder. Our birthday list includes Ann Curry. Ann Curry is 69, former Today Show host, forced out by Matt Lauer. It says here, basically. Well, I remember she was terrible. I mean, she was a nice woman, a sweet woman, but she wasn't very bright. She couldn't read, couldn't do interviews, and she looked uncomfortable the whole time. And finally, they said, well, wait a minute. And I guess Matt Lauer was something of a cad, and didn't he get caught cheating on his wife? And the girls were saying that he's well known for something ponderous of some kind, anyway. All right, sir. On this day in history, I remember this very, very well. On this day in 1980, CBS TV bans a Calvin Klein jeans television ad featuring Brooke Shields as too suggestive. The ad featured Brooke Shields saying, quote, "You want to know what comes between me and my Calvins? Nothing." Brooke Shields at the time was 15. She auctioned that pair of jeans for charity 44 years later. And I remember that. By the way, I thought it was Shield, Brooke Shield, and not Shields. And they keep doing it differently every time. I don't know. Anyway, just... by the way, a quick update here with a thing I thought I'd pass along to you today. Tonight on TV, Marathon Man with Dustin Hoffman played the student as a runner, and the guy Mengele, not Mengele, but one of the guys, the Nazi. I forgot which one they played. I forgot if it was a made-up name or not. But the Diamond Smuggler and stuff. Great movie, Marathon Man. And
Roy Scheider,
Laurence
Olivier.
Yeah, right. And
what
Laurence Olivier. That's what it was. Laurence Olivier. I'm sorry.
And his famous line.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh God, I can't remember.
He kept asking Dustin Hoffman, "Is it safe? Is it safe?" As he was pulling teeth.
Yeah. And you say, and you can see the way, because he's a dentist and he was make him suffer in pain and stuff. And then he gives him
Hoffman stayed up for like 48 straight hours, so he'd look out of it during the whole scene.
Yeah, it was a hell of a movie, Marathon Man. But the funny news after, it's on Turner Classic Movies, but right after Marathon Man, Eye of the Needle.
Oh, great film.
Another great Donald Sutherland, which and who's the British actress girl? Who cheated on her crippled husband, and she finally caved in to having her down. That was a real. I read the book too. I mean, a great book, but a really well done movie. I mean, it was, and it hasn't been on for. It's on Turner Classic Movies, both Marathon Man and then Eye of the Needle. So I got
Donald
those.
Sutherland made a little career playing Nazi spies in England.
Yeah,
That's
I wonder
two films he did.
I wonder what that means. Yes, thank you. Anyway, 4:55. Got another Flounders funny coming up here for you shortly, and. Let's see. Oh, speaking of TV stuff, now have you guys? The Simpsons is still on, right? The TV show The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Do you watch it, or do you still watch it, or no? Flounder, do you ever watch? Do you watch it? Are you a Simpsons guy or not? Okay.
Not
well, for either you or I, and I was more of a family. I was a Family Guy. If I watched any cartoon series thing, it was a Family Guy. But The Simpsons has done something which making its fans very upset. They have killed off Alice Glick, the Springfield First Church organist. Died suddenly in the middle of a sermon during the season 37 episode Sashes to Sashes Sunday night. The character voiced by Cloris Leachman until she died. The character's been on The Simpsons for 35 years. In season 22, she was attacked by a wild robo-pet, returning several times, though, alive and as a ghost. But the folks at The Simpsons say she's gone. It's over for good. She's done. It's over. Not coming back. Fans compared Alice's death to Larry the Barfly Dalrymple, killed off last year in the cremains of the day. First Larry, now Alice Glick. Clarifying whether they killed off another character, music teacher Dewey Largo, back in September. I'd welcome the riling up if you actually believe that we would kill him off camera. When we killed off Larry the Barfly last year, that was a big discussion. We don't like getting rid of characters. It's such a cartoony world. We know even if Mole Man's in a car that explodes, it doesn't mean he's dead forever. They killed off the family matriarch Marge in a flash-forward scene in the show season 36 finale. Backlash, he says, oh, forget it. You people are ridiculous. It's all speculative fantasies. It's a different thing every time. Marge will probably never be dead ever again. So anyway, but the Simpsons killed off the organist, and people are going freaking crazy. So again, it's just a cartoon show. It's a cartoon show. And remember the guy who did the art exhibit of a banana, and he posted it on a plaque, and he sold it for, $6 million. His guy's name is Catalan's his name. The work was called "The Comedian of Banana Duct Taped to a Wall." Sold it for $6 million, although they had to keep replacing it because it was a real banana and it would rot. Well, now he's made $12 million selling an auction of a solid gold toilet. 223-pound solid gold toilet. 18-karat gold. Starting bid was $10 million, got to more than 12. It functions like a real toilet. It was installed in Sotheby's, but no one was allowed to, use it. And he said it was to make fun of America's excessive wealth in the United States. And he got $12 million for a solid gold toilet. You could build one for less than $12 million. Why would you? Well, I got Flounder. How about the Flounder's funny back there? If you got a little.
I ain't saying all black people don't swim. I'm just saying all black people I know don't swim.
Black people.
I know some of y'all like that's a broad statement. Okay, cool. What's your name? Right here is the sister right front. What's your name? Ariel. Okay. Ariel. Have we ever met before?
No.
Okay, cool. Ariel, you swim?
No.
What do you know? I ain't saying all black people don't swim. I'm just saying all black people I know and Ariel don't swim. Seem like a broad statement? I don't think so. That's why you never hear about black women giving water birth. You don't. First of all, it would take too long, right? She's like, is my hair gonna get wet? I'm not gonna be just. No, think about it. The baby will be like, what? No, not right now. No. You need to get that right out there. You think I want to come out to water? I just broke the water that was in here.
We've heard that funny dude before.
Michael Jr.
Michael Jr. Well, I don't remember that name, but he's a very funny guy. Anyway, coming up, it's almost 5 o'clock. Coming up, we have Holy Crap at Sports. We'll repeat the latest Democrats' effort to cause an insurrection in America and, calling for a civil war, basically, and more violence against conservatives who love their country. Yes, and it's an incredible new standard for the Democrat National Committee. Coming up on 5 o'clock, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How you doing? Hump day, baby.
The Morning Extra. Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, and The Kimmer Show on WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.
They don't want that to happen again. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. One of the biggest ripple effects of the recent government shutdown in focus at a Senate hearing on how to prevent future fiscal disruptions to aviation.
The longest ever government shutdown, according to National Air Traffic Controllers Association President Nick Daniels, saw the people he represents get
one partial paycheck and 2 $0 paychecks, despite working full-time and in many cases, mandatory overtime.
Beyond that, Airlines for America CEO Chris Sununu said for the entire shutdown, the industry took
a $20 billion hit to America's GDP.
The witnesses told the Commerce Subcommittee they back bills in both the House and Senate now, the Aviation Funding Stability Act, which keeps FAA funding going during a shutdown or even if funding isn't passed at the end of a fiscal year.
Fox's Gernal Scott. A legal fight over deportations earlier this year to El Salvador, not over yet. A federal judge says he'll move ahead on a contempt investigation, accusing the Trump administration of ignoring orders to turn around planes carrying Venezuelan migrants. The judge says an appeals court ruling gives him the authority to proceed with an inquiry to determine whether there's sufficient evidence for prosecution. The administration has denied any intentional violation. The man accused of setting a woman on fire on a Chicago train Monday night, now facing federal terror charges, a day after 50-year-old Lawrence Reed was arrested.
Chicago police say during his arrest that Reed repeatedly yelled, "Burn, B, burn alive, B," referring to the victim. Reed's now federal terror charges, as CPD records show at least a dozen arrests since 2017, including for arson and battery, with a Cook County judge refusing to detain him.
Fox's Jeff Manasso, the train attack leaving the 26-year-old victim in critical condition. America is listening to Fox News.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 15th and you mention the promo code SHARE, they will waive your application fee. So you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 15th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 866-89-BIBLE. That's 866-89-BIBLE. 866-89-BIBLE.
Let's get it together, ladies. Left shoulder, right oblique, ready on your dog target. Hair, help, hair, road guards out. Hair, help, look out. It's only me. It's only the cover with Pete Davis and Flounder and you on 106.3. 404-741-1230. 741-1230. Happy hump day. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Mild and pretty, and the sun's out, and off we go. A lot of political junk going on here today and some weird stuff as well. And we've been talking about Epstein fatigue and the politics stuff and backlash. In fact, that guy, Larry Summers, who was a president of Harvard, and then he was a Treasury Secretary under the Democrats, and the one who got outed when Donald Trump started mentioning his name, and then they released the information, is linked to Epstein. Now, and yesterday we told he made a public statement saying that he's deeply ashamed of his links to Epstein, asking women's advice and dating stuff. And I mean, it's just really creepy, especially for someone. He was a Treasury Secretary, for God's sakes, in the cabinet of the United States of America, and the president of Harvard. He's still teaching at Harvard, but apparently he's had now to. He was on like I saw a list earlier of these boards of directors of companies, president of companies. He had to get rid of them all. He's now had to disassociate himself apparently from everything. He was at all the civic groups and everything else he was involved in business meetings, but apparently he may still want to keep teaching at Harvard. But today he had to. I can't imagine walking into class. Well, they'll probably clap. They'll probably applaud.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know what's going on in this country lately. Yeah, seriously, that's the damnedest thing in the world. Anyway, so that's the latest on him. We'll talk more about the fallout from the Epstein case. And again, we're getting distracted by this. I can't believe that there's ever going to be information released about any international spying that he may have been involved in, which would lead to international blackmail, which is why he was so willing to have these international people come down and spend time with him and have sex with young girls. I mean, why else would you do it unless he was, well, I don't know. And again, if there are crimes that were committed that are not out of the statute of limitations, and they should be investigated. And in fact, I thought they'd already been looking at this stuff, but apparently not. Pam Bondi last night, there was a soundbite of her last night, and she said, well, this is an open investigation. So they've got, what did you say, 50,000 more documents and pages that have not been released of the Epstein file? And so they're this could take years. What do we, I mean, I don't understand. So just, I don't know what's going on here. We'll talk more about that in a second. First of all, if you haven't heard this, it's absolutely disgraceful. There were 6 Democrats, House and Senate people in America, 6 Democratic insurrectionists who are urging members of the military to overthrow their government and refuse to follow orders. Posted by Senator Elisa Slotkin from Michigan, a Democrat. A couple of million views on this thing. It's an ad. Flounder, let's play the ad. It starts off with for 15 seconds of them telling us who they are. They're elected officials, former members of the intelligence community, stuff like that. Go ahead and play the ad, if you will. Democrats calling on military people to ignore orders that they say are illegal because of Donald Trump.
Senator Elisa Slotkin.
Senator Mark Kelly. Representative Chris DeLuzio.
Congresswoman Maggie Goodlander.
Mark Kelly was the astronaut.
Congressman Jason Crow.
Didn't he shoot some woman in the head, maybe in Arizona? Or was that somebody else?
Former Navy.
I think he shot some girl, didn't he?
Army Ranger.
No. Former intelligence officer.
I thought he
Air Force.
I'm wrong on that.
Speak directly to members of the military
and the intelligence community.
I think he shot a girl in the head.
Each day to keep Americans safe.
We know you are under enormous stress and pressure right now.
Because of you.
Americans trust their military.
But that trust is at risk. This administration is pitting our uniformed military
And intelligence community professionals
against American citizens. Like us.
Really?
You all swore an oath.
To protect and defend this Constitution.
Right now, the threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home. Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
You can refuse illegal orders.
You must refuse illegal orders.
That's
No one has to carry out
Thanks, Flounder. That's enough. Again, they said that they're turning the intelligence community and the American military people against American citizens. Bullcrap. They're getting illegal people. They're not American citizens. Oh my God! In fact, I wrote this down. There was a headline just now on Fox 5. I saw on this what's his name show. 70% of the arrests made by ICE are criminals who have a long rap sheet. Not just being arrested for what they've done to come into the country or what they've done just got caught today. 70% have a rap sheet. Donald Trump wasn't kidding when he said Venezuela and other people emptied their prisons.
Sounds like all 6 of those have been paid off by somebody to say something that outrageous.
Disgraceful.
That treasonous.
Disgraceful. At the end of the day, quote reactions, they're mad the American people chose Trump and now they're calling on the military and intelligence community to intervene. Sounds a little subversive to me. Elected Democrats releasing the video encouraging members of the military to commit treason and defy orders from Donald Trump. Donald Trump's the commander-in-chief. Stage 4 Trump derangement syndrome. This is unbelievable. I mean, seriously, I can't believe it. I literally can't believe it. These are military and intelligence people who are saying ignore orders that week because we say they're illegal. Really?
Because you don't like the other squad that's doing it.
So in other words, so when some colonel in the Navy or in the Army or whatever, would be a commander of the Navy or whatever, refuses to accept an order from his admiral, and he gets court-martialed, he can say, well, these senators said it was okay to disobey an illegal order. I'm going to define the illegal order my way. How are you supposed to figure that out? I mean, this is ridiculous. Again, it's just to divide the country. It's to divide the military. I mean, let's really think about this. This is really astounding. It's one thing that they've taken over academics, they've taken over schools, they've taken over Hollywood, they've taken over media, they've taken over advertising, they've taken over celebrity causes of all kinds, and now they're deliberately trying to divide members of the military against each other. They're doing exactly what they're claiming Donald Trump is doing by fighting Americans against Americans. They're the ones who are trying to turn members of the military, the people we entrust with guns to kill people to save us, turning against each other. I swear to God, if I were still in the Marines right now, active duty Marines, I would be going freaking nuts. And as soon as some guy, because I was not an officer, but I had a couple of stripes and I was leading. We had people under me, and I guarantee you, if someone said, "Well, I don't really, stand up and draw the fire" or something, well, that's an illegal order. Oh, really? How are you? I mean, this is unfreaking believable. You can get shot for stuff like that. In wartime, in a situation, if you tell your guys to do something and they refuse because they say it's illegal, bang!
Imagine if Republican senators had done that when Obama was the commander-in-chief.
Oh, my God. Yeah, there's a great example. Great example. If the military had put out an ad saying disobey Barack Hussein Putitat if he has an order for you to do something you don't like, they would have, my God, they would burn down more cities.
Yeah, because they're saying Trump isn't qualified to be the commander-in-chief. What if we'd have done that to Obama?
That's just unbelievable. Not only that, they said he was a danger. They said Donald Trump, he's a danger.
A danger to the Constitution. Yeah. What do you do when someone's a danger to your country and Constitution? Well, you try and kill him.
You have to kill him. Yeah, you got to kill him. They're bringing it up again. I mean, this is what they're doing. They're trying to cause a revolution, a civil war.
Bad things that can happen to those people. There's not enough.
Honestly, I can't freaking believe that someone. Who's the guy who thought of this? I wonder. Is this all Putitat? Is he
George Soros? Xi Jinping?
Somebody hired somebody. I mean, this cost money. Somebody hired somebody to come up with a production crew and a script and rehearsals and everything else to put this together. Somebody made that decision. Who the hell made that decision? Who made this a project? Who's the name of the... That's what we need to find out. We need to find out who was the person who did this. I can't believe it's just some, Hollywood director said, hey, I got an idea. This is way dirty, sneaky device. I mean, this is anti-American. This is insurrection. You dirty, rotten snakes. Honest to God, you pull that in a thing in my platoon in a war zone, bang! God, freaking scumbags. Honestly, I can't believe it. I've never even heard of such a thing. Trying to divide the military against itself in a time like this after shooting the President of the United States in the face. God almighty. All right, 5:13. Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. All right, here we go. Look at it. Sports. Herb, give me a towel.
Extra 106.3 is connected to the Atlanta community with the local officials and candidates that share your values, plus the national perspective from the most trusted name in news like Glenn Beck, Clay Travis, Buck Sexton, and Atlanta's own Neil Boortz. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 106.3 FM and the Extra app.
Are you looking for something simple but delicious, sweet but also savory? Discover Schumann Farms Sweet Onions. Schumann Farms is a third-generation family farm with the Real Sweet brand sweet onions. Whether you're grilling, sautéing, or simply adding a fresh crunch to your salad, Schumann Farms has you covered. Look for Schumann Farms Real Sweet brand sweet onions at your grocery store and taste the difference for yourself. Schumann Farms, the Georgia family farm growing tradition and the world's sweetest onions.
You should never need financing for a simple garage door repair, but it's happening here. Out-of-town companies have invaded Atlanta for a cash grab, charging outrageous prices. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage, Entry Doors, and Windows. Stay local and stay on budget for every opening of your home. All Four Seasons, trusted in Atlanta for over 25 years, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Big moments deserve big-time craftsmanship. At Solomon Brothers Jewelers, we've been family-owned and operated since 1982 because we know what it means to show up when it counts. Jaron Solomon here, and that's why we're proud to be an official Tacori jeweler. Each Tacori ring is handcrafted in California, going through 20 elite artisans before it hits your hands. Not mass-produced, not generic, always personal. And with Solomon Brothers, you get lifetime cleanings, unbeatable financing, and the largest Tacori selection in Georgia. Stop by a store in Buckhead, Alpharetta, or Sharpsburg. Visit SolomonBrothers.com to book your private appointment. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, where love is in the details and legends are built to last. Solomon Brothers Jewelers, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs and official jeweler of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box so that family memories would be safe and could always be enjoyed together.
And starting now, we're offering Beck listeners early access to our best deal of the year during our $9 tape sale at legacybox.com/records.
1 million families and counting have trusted Legacy Box to convert their aging media because Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your videotapes, film reels, and photos aren't protected unless they're on a digital format.
With the holidays approaching, don't wait. Simply fill your Legacy Box. We'll take care of the rest.
It's the most meaningful thing you can do this holiday season and the perfect time during our best sale of the year.
Visit legacybox.com/records to get early access to our Black Friday sale and digitize your memories for only $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/records. LegacyBox.com/records.
Here's a happy story. 1997, Iowa seamstress Bobby McCoy gave birth to the world's first living set of surviving sextuplets. She gave birth to 4 boys and 3 girls, and they're fine. And now sponsored by RBM of Atlanta. Holy crap at sports with Pete Davis.
The Braves are going to play Milwaukee in next season's Little League Classic, August 23rd in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
Cool.
Yep, both the Bravos and Brewers will attend Little League games earlier in the day, and the Little Leaguers and their families will attend the MLB game. Milwaukee is the home team this year.
Outstanding. I love it.
That's going to be fun.
I love it.
It's official. Falcons quarterback Michael Penix will have surgery on his partially torn ACL. What a shock.
Yeah.
And is out for the rest of the season.
Oh, boy.
This franchise takes more hits than your cousin Eddie's bomb. Easton Stick is now Kirk Cousins' backup. Former Florida and Tampa Bay quarterback Cal Trask signed for the practice squad. Trask was the quarterback for the Gators when tight end Kyle Pitts actually seemed to like playing football.
I'll be darned. Okie dokie.
Falcons in New Orleans Sunday, and even though the Saints are managing to have even a worse season than the Falcons, they still have no respect for the ATL. For example, take Ain't safety Justin Reed, who grew up a Saints fan.
I flounder. We have a Saints fan over here. A guy grew up a Saints fan, they're telling me, and you probably want to talk about it because he grew up a fan.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what I mean? I played each team, but never got to play as one of the teams, get to play as a Saints player against the Falcons. You know what I mean? It'll be exciting.
Do you have any memories like of watching those games or something that stands out?
No, I just remember how much fun we had with Atlanta losing to New England in that Super Bowl, blowing their lead. I remember that. That's probably the best memory.
Ouch.
It'll never be lived down.
No, not 26-3. What was it?
28-3, biggest choke job in the history of sports. What an embarrassment this clown car of an NFL team is, really.
Yeah.
The Falcons, did you hear he called
them?
I
did. I said Falcons.
Drake London not expected to play Sunday, and New Orleans has released veteran receiver Brandon Cooks. When you think about the Big Ten Conference, 2 schools come to mind. What are those 2 schools, Kim?
Michigan and Ohio State.
That would be correct, sir. How would you like to see the Wolverines play in the Southeastern Conference?
Why would they do this? Southeast is not Midwest. It's like when the Braves were in the Western Division of the baseball world. My God, man.
And the Falcons, too, were in the West
Why would
Division.
they? I mean, what's the point?
UM is threatening to leave the Big Ten and become independent like Notre Dame or join the SEC if the Big Ten goes ahead with a plan to sign a $2.4 billion private equity deal with the firm UC Investments. It's the University of California System's portfolio manager and create a standalone company called Big Ten Enterprises.
For what purpose? Handling NIL money?
Yes.
TV contracts and all that stuff?
Sell their soul for money. Michigan is not happy with this. Neither is Southern Cal, by the way.
Yeah.
UM is calling this move reckless and short-sighted.
You know, if everything is going to be money and everything,
it's destroying college football.
It is.
Even though the games have been more exciting this year, all that talk about the first 5 or 6 teams would have hoard all the players like Bear Bryant used to.
No
it's actually spread out the players around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And the latest college football playoff ranking still has Ohio State on top, followed by Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia, and Texas Tech in the top 5. Then you have Ole Miss, Oregon, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, and Alabama rounding out the top 10. Now, BYU and Utah are 11th and 12th, but they could be passed over in the playoffs by the ACC champ and someone else. Miami is 13th, despite beating the number 9 Fighting Irish earlier this season. They played each other.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Vanderbilt 14th, Georgia Tech 16th, Texas 17th, Tennessee 20th, and Missouri 22nd. The Yellow Jackets still have a chance to win the ACC.
Yeah.
So hopefully they'll do it and jump over everybody.
Love to see it.
Yeah. Yet another day, yet another rumor about you-know-who leaving his college for another job. Wait, what? This rumor is not about Lane Kiffin?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
ESPN's Desmond Howard spreading the idea that Steve Sarkisian is looking to leave the Longhorns. This rumor popped up a few weeks ago that he was wanting to go to the NFL. If you listen to today's sports media, the Kiffin meter is now 70-30 that he's leaving for LSU, if you listen to such things. Get this. This is what we're dealing with. The latest from On3 Sports within the last 2 hours.
Yep.
Reporting Florida is set to meet with Tulane head coach John Sumrall. 38 minutes later, On3 Sports reports that Sumrall is not interviewing with the Gators tomorrow. Same site.
Yeah.
Two different stories.
I saw a story about Lane Kiffin's daughter, some beautiful blonde down in Florida, and they're saying, well, obviously they're going to have her down in Florida. He's going to go to Florida.
And she dates an LSU player, so he's definitely going to LSU.
So there.
And since Sumrall pulled his name out, well, that means that they scared everybody, and Lane's going, oh, my God, Florida's about to hire Sumrall. I better take the job. I mean, it's just insanity.
This is brutal.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you today's sports media 10 pounds of crap in a 5-pound bag. Basically what we got. Former MVP and Cincinnati quarterback Ken Anderson, 49ers running back Roger Craig, and former Kansas City star Otis Taylor, one of my favorites, are among the 9 semifinalists for the Pro Football Hall of Fame's class of 2026 in the seniors category. The other semifinalists, former star receivers Henry Ellard and Stanley Morgan, special teams standout Steve Tasker, defensive lineman L.C. Greenwood, offensive lineman Joe Jacoby, and cornerback Eddie Meador. Ken Anderson, 4-time Pro Bowler, won the MVP in 81, helped the Bengals reach the Super Bowl. They lost to San Francisco. He retired after the 86 season. At that time, he was ranked 6th all-time with 32,000-plus yards passing. Roger Craig, the first player ever to have 1,000 yards rushing and receiving in the same season. Otis Taylor spent his entire 11-year career with the Chiefs, earning All-Pro honors in the AFL in 66, the NFL in 71, called a TD pass to help KC win the Super Bowl, that upset following the 69 season over Minnesota.
Remember those Hank Stram years in Kansas City?
Otis Taylor liked to jump up off the ground and catch balls. I remember going across the middle, and he would jump up and catch the ball and land and then take off. What a fun guy to watch. Hawks fall at home to the second best team in basketball, Detroit, winning 120 to 112. Detroit's now 13-2. Congrats to Jalen Johnson, yesterday named the Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
Excellent.
The Braves have traded some American dollars to Colorado for lefty Ryan Rollison. The 27-year-old, depending on who you talk to, had a 7.02 earned run average and 31 appearances as a rookie last season.
And they paid him today? They paid money for that? Is that what they're saying now? Okay. All right.
But we'll see. He was injured.
That'd be wonderful.
Sad news, though. San Diego lefty and Cy Young winner Randy Jones died at the age of 75. The great sinker baller in his day. Ended up with the Mets, but he was one of the greatest pitchers in Padres history. I know that's not saying a lot, but the guy won the Cy Young Award. He was tough against the Braves. I remember that. MLB is returning to the Iowa Field of Dreams next season with a game between the Phillies and the Twins, but they say they will not play the games unless Kimmer watches the damn movie.
Well, I've got it on my thing. I've got partway through, and I'm going to see the cornfield, and I'll weep, and then we'll be fine.
All right. ESPN and Major League Baseball have a reworked deal that includes NBC and Netflix to air games as part of a new 3-year media rights agreement.
I got to get that app.
You do. NBC Peacock will become the new home of Sunday Night Baseball. Remember, NBC used to have Saturday Baseball. Remember that?
I do. Oh, Tony Kubek and Joe Garagiola were doing NBC
unfortunately,
stuff.
Those two clowns. They personally tried to destroy my faith as a
but that's all there was. I mean, there are only 3 channels to watch, and if you want to watch baseball stuff, that way you get Tony Kubek and George Garagiola.
Tony Kubek, he sounded like he'd rather be 1,000 miles away from any place besides there. He was the most boring, depressing broadcaster in the history. He makes Sean McDonough look like Carrot Top. Anyway, McDonough's pretty good, too. Netflix is going to have the Home Run Derby and 2 additional games. And 2-time defending champion...
Sorry, wait. They're going to do a Home Run Derby? Oh, I mean...
They've been doing a Home Run Derby for a while now.
I've been thinking about the one like I used to watch on the Saturday show. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm having a flashback.
2025.
I know. I'm not good.
1972.
I'm not good. It got cold in here. I had to put my coat on. I
noticed that. I'm going to ask you a question in just a second once I finish.
This is a famous story coat. This is the one I have a famous story about.
Well, then I won't ask you if it's another one of these stories that we've heard 1,000 times. 2-time defending champion Florida Panthers hockey forward Eetu Luostarinen.
Yeah.
You spell his first name E-E-T-U. First E is capitalized. Eetu. That's a good name for a kid.
I like it. E2.
Will be listed as week to week after what the coach described as a barbecuing mishap.
Uh-oh.
So what happened? Did he forget the brisket? Did he mix the Carolina mustard-based sauce with ketchup? What went on here? Did he put the prongs and the right piece of meat?
Maybe we tried to do a Chuck Schumer and put a raw hamburger patty with a piece of cheese on it.
You do not let any man from the Baltic states do the barbecue.
No, it's not. Can't be good.
That's like getting barbecue in Philadelphia. I mean, I'm sorry. You just don't do things like that. All right.
Yeah.
Why are you dressed like Phil Fulmer, the human pumpkin?
Well, actually, 2 reasons.
Pumpkin.
First of all, this morning when I was coming into work, it was coolish, but it wasn't cold at all, and it was going to be in the 70s, so I didn't want to bring my motorcycle jacket or my military jacket because they're leather and heavier.
Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, I don't want to do that. But again, going to the parking garage, I wanted to have a coat because it's going to be 40 degrees when it's 65 out here at 6:15. It's going to be 40 degrees in that freaking garage. Anyway, so I said, well, I got to wear something. So I pulled this out of the closet. This is my jacket that I wore when I took my daughter Sarah on a golfing trip to Las Vegas years ago. And back when I had money, it was retired and everything else. And we stayed at the Caesar's Palace. They had opened up the new tower, big fancy thing. We stayed at the Caesar's.
Story under 15 minutes?
Yes, it will. Caesar's Palace. And the thing about Vegas is if you go there are no windows, no clocks. You don't know what day it is. You don't know what time it is. And I'm telling you, I also rented a motorcycle, so I took her for motorcycle trips when we weren't going out to dinner or doing stuff at the thing. But in the casino place is huge, and we could get lost. I mean, we just wandered around, and every day wandering around, I would go by this men's store, and in the window was this jacket. And I said, God, that's a beautiful jacket. It kind of reminds me of that. And she said, well, why don't you go look at it? I said, no. And then one day, finally, she said, let's go in and look at it. Go in and go try it on. I said, okay. So I went in and I tried it on. And this, I'm telling you, this leather is butter. Flounder, I'll let you. You should touch this.
I remember the last time you brought it in.
Unbelievable. And on the inside, this satin, you've never felt anything as beautiful as this. And it's all designer things. I mean, it's just a beautiful thing. And so I said, okay. She said, you should get it, Dad. You should get it. I said, okay, I'll take it. This jacket cost $2,000. I swear to God. And I bought it. And I've worn it 3 times in my life, I think.
It's going to come in handy in your next career of landing airplanes at night.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to be out there just waving your arms.
But I'm telling you, it's like a baby's bottom. I mean, this is the softest material you've ever...
Next head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers.
I know, but I don't wear it because it's an orange jacket. I mean, what the hell, you know?
I mean, seriously. It's the great pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
It's like De Niro in Casino. He has that orange sport jacket. Remember that?
Yeah.
He had the orange just like this.
Linus Van Pelt is on line 2. He wants to know when you're going to be back in his sincere pumpkin.
Well, but it's very lightweight. So I wanted to have a lightweight jacket instead of my leather ones. Well, tomorrow I'm wearing my leather. I'm going to wear my leather jacket, and with the new patch on it, so you'll get the full picture here tomorrow. Anyway, 5:30 already. Boy, we got more sponsors. We got so much coming up here with Kimber, Pete, and Flounder. Look out. Stand by. We got so much more.
Extra 106.3 app is your live connection to the station, streaming free across Georgia. But it's also loaded with all our original shows and podcasts. Listen to exclusive shows from Janelle King, Ben Burnett, and so many more. Grab the Extra 106.3 app now and start streaming.
This is Window Nation, your source for affordable replacement windows at the highest quality. So if your old windows have you boiling in the summer and freezing in the winter, you need the pros at Window Nation with installation precision and experience that are second to none. Their custom windows are guaranteed to be a perfect fit, and they're backed by the best warranty in the industry. Go to getwindownation.com or call 866-90Nation for your free estimate. And for a limited time, get 50% off all window styles, plus pay no interest for 5 years.
Thousands of veterans across Georgia are missing out on the benefits they've earned through their service. The Warrior Alliance is changing that by connecting veterans and their families to life-changing resources and support. Tune into the Warrior Alliance Network, our podcast and radio show dedicated to helping veterans succeed after service. Join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 106.3 to hear inspiring veteran stories, discover free programs, and learn about career opportunities available to you. Subscribe to the Warrior Alliance YouTube channel today.
Hey, it's Front Office Lowe's, and running a business is tough. Juggling clients, employees, cash flow. Why worry about IT? iTech Atlanta can keep your systems running securely and smoothly so that you can focus on your business, minimize downtime, and protect against cyber threats, all at a predictable, fixed, low monthly cost. For 25 years, iTech Atlanta has been helping businesses just like yours. They would love to manage your IT on time and under budget. Learn more. Visit iTechAtlanta.com. We manage your IT so you can manage your business.
Hey, this is Matt from East Cobb. We basically bought our house from our in-laws. It was my wife's childhood home. One of the issues that we've had when we first moved in was our dog in our backyard. It was extremely shaded, could never grow grass back there. We resodded it twice. So ATL Turf Co. did an amazing job with our backyard transformation. They basically created a miniature golf hole. We have a miniature fairway. We also have a miniature little putting green. Consists of about 4 holes, total about 40 yards, so you can definitely work on your short game and your putting. After that transformation that ATL Turf Co. did for us, my father-in-law came and saw his house the way it looked after the fact of we had a putting green and a miniature golf course. Sure enough, he did the same thing with ATL Turf Co. He has a beautiful backyard, wonderful stonework, drainage, and a beautiful practice area for chipping and putting. Check him out online at atlturfco.com.
You and your buddy, you've been through a lot with each other, the ups and the downs. He's been with you every morning, noon, and night. You've traveled the world together. Heck, he was even with you on your first big date. But have you noticed he's struggling lately, not performing on the job? He can't even stand up straight anymore. He's wanting to cry out for help, but just doesn't know how. He needs Dr. Deal and Total Body Therapy of Georgia. They can give him the gift of good posture this year, help him stand proud and become all he was meant to be. Now, take him by the hand, look him in the eye and say, I appreciate you, little fella, and we're going to get you some help. We're going to call 404-777-1911. We're going to visit stopmyed.com. We are going to say goodbye to erectile dysfunction forever. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. It's a hard conversation to have, but it's one worth having. Total Body Therapy of Georgia. Online at stopmyed.com.
Political violence cannot stand. And Extra 1063 will continue on as the conservative voice of reason in Atlanta. We'll speak our mind, protect our values, and stand up for each other responsibly. Count on the Morning Extra, Glenn Beck, Clay and Buck, The Kimmer, and the legend Neil Boortz to always have your back. Proud to be the conservative voice of Atlanta. Extra 1063 FM and the Extra app.
Da 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 da. Frank Zappa, 1979. Frank Zappa's one and only rock opera, Joe's Garage, was released in 1979. Mixes styles of blues, jazz, doo-wop, lounge, orchestral, rock, pop, and reggae. It draws controversy for profane lyrics, but is hailed as a cultural milestone and landmark album. Frank Zappa's Joe's Garage work also looks forward to Zappa's later crusade against PMRC with its themes of government. Well, I don't know what that means, sir. Anyway, let's see our birthday list. Pete Davis, a couple of sports things here for you, sir. Gail Devers, the Olympic gold medal runner. Gail Devers is 59, won gold in the 100 meters at 92 and 96. Came close to having her feet amputated in 1990 before the Olympic gold medal she won for treatment of Graves' disease before she made a full recovery. Gail Devers, 59. Michael Wilbon from ESPN, pardon the interruption, 67. How do you like? Do you like Michael Wilbon?
Not anymore, no.
I respect his knowledge, especially about basketball. I guess he's a thing of that. But he seems kind of a racist and kind of a
Anyone from Chicago giving Atlanta crap about anything, I mean, please.
Yeah, I think, I agree with that. Ahmad Rashad, former Minnesota Viking sportscaster now, guy, 76 years old. And let's see, I guess that was it there. And on this day in history, on this day in 1959, a debut on ABC television. Flounder, if you will, sir. Plunk your magic twanger, Froggy, or is it Rocky?
A thunder of jets in an open sky, a streak of gray, and a cheerful... A loop, a whirl, and a vertical climb, and once again, you'll know it's time for the adventures of Rocky and Bullwinkle and friends. Starring that supersonic speedster, Rocket J. Squirrel, with his pal Bullwinkle the Moose, and a host of others.
Anyway, Rocket and his friends debuts on ABC. Rocket J. Squirrel and Boris Badenov, Natasha Fatale, and, of course, Bullwinkle J. Moose. It was a cartoon made for adults. Long before Family Guy and all the rest of them, this was the one.
Must kill Moose and
Natasha. Was also one of the first cartoons whose animation was outsourced. Unfortunately, they shipped all the storyboards to a Mexican studio.
Yeah.
The creator, Bill Scott, said it was horrible. Nothing but problems. We found out very quickly we couldn't depend on them. Nothing ever turned out crappy. Terrible work things, mistakes and flaws and boo-boos that they would never check. Mustaches popped on and off Boris. Bullwinkle's antlers would disappear. Their colors would change. Costumes would disappear. By the time we finally saw it, it was already on the air. Both Rocky and Bullwinkle were given the middle initial J in reference to the creator, producer, J. Ward. And, of course, the other character, I mean, you know, the greatest...
Fractured Fairy Tales is just classic.
It's one of the greatest of all time. If that cartoon, in fact, I guess you probably could find it, but honestly, if that cartoon, the original cartoon, were played today every night at 7:30, I'd watch it.
Yes,
or I'd tape it. I'd tape it or watch it every single night.
I didn't like it as a kid. It was over my head as a kid because there was a lot of political jokes. There was a lot of timely adult humor in it.
Yeah. Well, again, I was 13 or something, you know, so that it was perfect. But I liked it more as an adult. I remember in college and stuff. Yeah. Boy, if Rocky and it was unbelievable. And again, I would watch it I'd tape it or watch it every single day.
And Cold War themes,
my boy Sherman,
LBJ, they did all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Peabody, Mr. Peabody.
Here's my boy Sherman, Mr. Peabody.
The Wayback Machine.
Well, unbelievable. I mean, talk about clever. Anyway, so that was Rocky and his friends on this day. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I got a couple of quick sports things here, Pete, that I wanted to get, and they're long, but I won't make them long. I'll do some quick editing here, but I wanted to give you a shout-out for sports people today. This was the day that Pele scored his 1,000th professional soccer goal in Rio de Janeiro, a major milestone in an illustrious career with 3 World Cup championships. One of the greatest soccer players ever. Led the Brazilian team to national victory when he was 17 years old. It was a penalty kick against Vasco da Gama. 80,000 fans watching when he scored number 1,000.
The Explorer, Vasco da Gama, was playing the entire Brazilian team. Wow.
Incredible. They brought the whole crew with him. And one more. You remember Malice at the Palace? On this day in 2004, Meta Sandiford Artest, otherwise known as Ron Artest of the Indiana Pacers, jumps into the stands to confront a Detroit Pistons fan who throws a drink at him as he rests on the scorer's table. It became known as Malice at the Palace, one of the most infamous moments in sports history. It was Auburn Hills, suburban Detroit. It was a rematch of the previous Eastern Conference Finals, so you knew it was going to be a rough one. 46 seconds left. Indiana ahead 97-82. Out of control, basically. Artest fouled. Detroit's Ben Wallace shoved Artest, leading players and coaches to confront each other on the court. Artest lay on the scorer's table, then a fan threw a cup of beer at him. Artest ran into the crowd, followed by his teammate Steven Jackson, led to a chaotic scene. Jermaine O'Neal swung at 2 fans, rushed to the court. The last 45 seconds were never played. In the locker room, Artest asked Jackson, Steven Jackson, his teammate, a question. After we calmed down, Artest looked at me and said, Jack, you think we're going to get in trouble? Jackson said, Jamal Tinsley fell out laughing. I said, are you serious, bro? Trouble? Ron, we'll look if we have a freaking job. It's the malice at the palace in the NBA. I mean, oh my goodness. Anyway, 542, Kimmer, Pete, and Flounder. How's it going? 404-741-1230, 741-1230. Let's see. We pretty much got a lot of things today, or the thing there. I've had this for a couple days, and it occurred to me that this is really pretty ridiculous. There was a new study by MRI Software ranking the country's most desirable metro areas and the key quality of life in what might be the best city in the world to move to. Life, things like metrics of job opportunities, cost of living, and safety. And this study ranked the most desirable metro areas, and the number one place, the best place to move in America, is Nashua, New Hampshire. It says, hold your applause. It says the southern New Hampshire city has a little over 91,000 residents. It outperformed flashier locales thanks to its healthy job market and low crime rates. There are 66,000 job openings in Nashua, New Hampshire. Roughly one job available per resident. It has the highest safety ranking score, 73 out of 100. It has a peaceful New England charm, an hour away from Boston. No gangs and stuff like that. And the reason is that it's in New Hampshire. And there's only 91,000 people, and there are plenty of jobs because they don't have it. How could this possibly be ranked as the best place to metro area in the entire country to move to? I mean, of course,
low crime, no gangs.
Yeah, no gangs, no black people. There's no black people. I'm sorry, I don't mean to make a racial thing about it, but I mean, come on. There's no public housing units. I mean, please. Probably not a real big cocaine drug ring there, I would think. By my God, man. So you could find a lot of places like that. Doesn't mean it's the best place. Okay, so people would be flocking there, and then what are you going to do?
Oh, please go back home, please.
That's right.
Please.
Number 2, by the way, was Aurora, Illinois.
What?
Second best place to live is Aurora, Illinois. Highest in 5 rankings. Remarkable glut of jobs available. Yeah, no kidding, because it's outside Chicago. And low cost of living. My ass.
That's where Wayne's World was.
That's right. And the public TV or whatever one thing. Third, so number 1 is Nashua, New Hampshire. Number 2 is Aurora, Illinois. Number 3, Cleveland. That's 3 northern cities that are best places to move in America. Please.
If you want a job.
Holy smoke. I mean, come on. I mean, who do you think we are?
You know what? Cleveland catches a lot of flack. I was there twice, and I didn't mind.
It's a nice city. It's a nice city. I mean, it's,
it's
the
better
mistake,
in Cincinnati.
Mistake by the lake, but it's still, I mean, and wasn't it Lake Erie that was set on fire?
That was
caught fire.
The Cuyahoga River.
Caught fire.
Cuyahoga. Yeah.
Oh, was that it? I was kidding. Anyways,
they cleaned it up.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It's 5:45 already. Can repeat. It's dark. It's getting dark. It'll be dark in a minute.
Oh, it's dark.
It happened fast. It's just gone. It's so fast. I turned around and it was gone. It's okay. All right, here we go. Stand by.
Extra 106.3 is Atlanta's home for NASCAR, and we have live races every weekend from across the country. Check out extra1063.com for the full schedule and join us this weekend for live NASCAR action.
Join Daniel Madelon, CEO of A Second Chance Bail Bonds, and co-host Tug Cowart as they bring together law enforcement, justice insiders, and voices from every part of the justice system, victims, advocates, and people who've turned their lives around. It's not PR, it's not fluff. It's an honest talk about what's working, what's broken, and how to build a better path forward, 1 second chance at a time. This week's guest is Georgia State Representative Sue Hong. Justice Unfiltered. Unfiltered, informed, and unbiased.
It's midnight and the phone rings. It's a loved one calling from jail.
They had a little too much fun at the holiday party and got pulled over. Now what? Time to call A Second Chance Bail Bonds. A Second Chance will get your loved one home quickly. For 20 years, they've been helping folks with 12 locations across Metro Atlanta and Birmingham and are available 24/7. For fast, professional, discreet services, call 404-BAILOUT. That's 404-BAILOUT or visit atlbail.com. A Second Chance Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than need us and not know us.
Hi, it's Los, here with Tom Mitchell, the Honest Car Guy. Tom, you are changing the way people are buying their next pre-owned car or truck. How are you doing it?
At the Honest Car Guy, the entire process is completely transparent. You pay what we pay plus our honest fee, and we even prove it by giving you a copy of the bill of sale. We can sell you any make, any year, any model, and at the Honest Car Guy, you'll save an average of $5,000 to $10,000 depending on the price of the car.
Folks, if you want to save thousands on your next pre-owned car or truck, call 844-SHOW-ME-1. That's 844-SHOW-ME, the number 1, or honestcarguy.com.
Faith, family, freedom. These are the cornerstones of America and the foundation for a successful life. But today, all three are under attack. Crushing debt, out-of-control spending, and reckless policies in Washington are threatening your savings, your retirement, and your future. Hi, this is Glenn Beck. The only financial advisory firm I recommend in Atlanta is Nicholas Wealth Management. David Nicholas and his team believe protecting your money is about more than wealth. It's about defending your faith, your family, and your freedom. If your hard-earned retirement is left exposed to market chaos, higher taxes, or inflation, what happens to the life you've worked so hard to build? For over 20 years, David Nicholas has helped families right here in Atlanta fight back with retirement strategies built to better withstand uncertainty. Call Nicholas Wealth Management today, 404-890-5606, or visit nicholaswealth.com. Aim to safeguard your future today.
Nicholas Wealth is an independent financial services firm that uses a variety of different investment strategies.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Fall is in the air, and Central Heating and Air Conditioning is making it the perfect time to upgrade your comfort. For a limited time, you get up to $2,100 in rebates and 60 months, 0% financing with approved credit. That's right, savings up front and no interest for 5 whole years. A brand new carrier system from Central delivers dependability, efficiency, and comfort every family deserves. Central Heating and Air Conditioning have set the standard in heating and cooling for over 3 generations. And now's your chance to bring that comfort home with the best savings of the season. These dual incentives don't come around often, so act now. Call 770-GET-HEAT today. That's 770-GET-HEAT. Or visit centralheat.com, centralheat.com. Upgrade your comfort, lock in your savings, and turn to your Atlanta carrier experts. Central Heating and Air Conditioning.
We're smart, we care. We're Central Heating and Air.
Hey, it's a Kimmer. You know what time it is? Holiday season, cooler weather, perfect time to get those outdoor projects done. Stovall & Company has everything. Wholesale landscaping, nursery, irrigation supplies. 11 locations, latest one in Canton. Family owned for 75 years. They've got it all. StovallInc.com.
This holiday season, get your home ready for guests without all the fuss. Blinds.com, they can help you make it simple to refresh your space without a big investment in the hassle. It's Blinds.com. They're the only company that lets you shop custom blinds and shades online and then backs it up with professional in-home measure and installation services. Tanya and I have used Blinds.com, and we get the same quality and service that we would at a high-end store, but at a fraction of the price. Compare colors, textures, materials right from the comfort of your own home, and all Blinds.com orders are backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy, they're going to make it right. It's Blinds.com. They've been around for 29 years. They've covered over 25 million windows, making them the #1 online retailer of custom window treatments. Hey, the Black Friday deals at Blinds.com, they're going strong all month long, so don't miss your chance to save big. You'll get $50 off when you spend $500 or more. Just use the code GLENN at checkout. Limited time offer, rules and restrictions do apply. See Blinds.com for details.
Here we go. Baby love. Man, what a super group, the Supremes, man. Wow. 1964. I was going to listen for a second. Oh, baby love. 1964. The Supremes became the first all-girl group to have a British #1 hit when Baby Love went to the top of the charts. First all-girl group to do it in Britain. Written and produced by Motown's main production team, Holland Dozier Holland. It was also the second of 5 Supreme songs in a row that went to #1 in the United States. 5 in a row. What a group, Diana Ross and the team. Phone calls take priority. Marty, you're on the radio. Marty, welcome aboard. What's going on? What do you think, sir? What's up?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. I just want to let you know that southern New Hampshire, there's nothing up there. No, I mean, of course it's safe. But no, like you said, I agree. There's no African Americans up there. My daughter dated a guy from there for a while, and she would go up and visit, and she'll come back with stories. There was nothing. Harley up there. But she begged the guy. She's such a city girl. She begged the guy to go to Boston every time. And he wouldn't go. He wouldn't go. He couldn't stand it.
Too active, yeah. Too many people.
Oh, and I'll give you this one. This is for my daughter.
Yeah.
She said they don't know how to dress up there. They're always like frumpy looking, not dressing nice or anything like that. And my daughter's dressing to the nines,
Yeah.
And he would wear T-shirt and flip-flops.
Oh, God. Yeah, dressing for comfort, I guess, in the cold weather or something. I don't know. Oh, my man. Oh, that's great. Marty, thanks, man. I appreciate it. 404, thanks. 404-741-1230. If you want to join us, we're running out of time. It's already 5:53. A couple of birthday things here. Some actor stuff. Jason Momoa, 46. Aquaman, also Game of Thrones. Jason Momoa is 46. Let's see. Jodie Foster. Boy, has she done a lot of things in her career. Jodie Foster is 63. She was, of course, Taxi Driver, playing a 12-year-old hooker, whatever it was. Taxi Driver, Silence of the Lambs. The Accused, that was where she was gang raped in the bar. And her attorney was the girl from Harrison Ford and the girl wearing the bonnet, and they had the Witness, the movie Witness. Can't remember her name. Anyway,
Top
Gun. I'm sorry?
In Top Gun, Kelly McGillis.
Kelly McGillis in Top Gun. Anyway, so Jodie Foster, Taxi Driver, Silence of the Lambs, The Accused, Panic Room, Contact, Inside Man, and one of the great movies that I haven't seen since it came on called The Brave One. A very unusual movie, different, and it was never a big hit, I don't think, but it was really a cool movie. She played a radio broadcaster and started doing some vigilante work. And the guy took her dog, and she got it back. It's a good story at the end, but it's a really cool movie. Jodie Foster is 60, what did I say, 3. And I had one more here, I thought, here, too. I can't. It doesn't matter anyway. On this day in history, I'd forgotten this story or didn't know it. 1954, Sammy Davis Jr. was involved in a serious auto accident in San Bernardino, California. 1954. 3 days later, Sammy Davis Jr. lost the ability to see with his left eye. So they took it out and put in a glass one. 1954, while Sammy Davis Jr. was getting his new eye in the hospital, he also converted to Judaism. So, just an interesting little tidbit from our friends, Hollywood business.
Did he get something off for the operation?
A little off the top. What's your best price on that surgery? Sorry, I know that's wrong.
Just take the tip.
Did I do something bad?
No, I hit that one my time.
Oh, okay.
This time it was my fault.
No, there's no such thing as a thing. Let's see. What was it? Oh, this is kind of a bizarre story. Aside from a crime thing other than the Epstein thing, which they're still investigating. And again, Pam Bondi, I heard her last night saying that there's an open investigation in the Jeffrey Epstein files. So they're looking for criminal activity. But again, why haven't they done that since he died? Or any time, for that. I mean, seriously, it's just amazing to me. The whole thing.
I don't know why they're still talking. That this is all a diversion.
I know.
I'm
so, there better be something at the end of this. Anyway, a former wife of a NASA astronaut has pleaded guilty to committing a crime which would become the first crime committed in space. Summer Worden's 50 faces 5 years in prison and a $250,000 fine for alleging that her top NASA astronaut and then spouse Anna McClain, there's two girls we're talking about here, accessed her bank account from the International Space Station while she was 6 months up in space on duty, claiming that she got robbed in space. And it was a lie, and she faked it. She said she guessed a password, illegally accessed her bank account in January 2019 while they were still married as a married couple, and she was in a 6 months mission to the International Space Station. It was her first crime in space, and now she's pleaded guilty to faking it that she got taken advantage of because they were having a horrible separation, and they had some children to worry about, stuff with their relationship. It was kind of the other girl was a former Air Force intelligence officer. And the other girl went back to space after it all happened. Anyway, the first crime in space, and it's two women married to each other, getting a divorce, and bank fraud. Anyway, so I thought it was kind of bizarre. Let's see. Nancy Mace is filing a complaint against Florida Congressman Corey Mills, claiming that he lied about his military record of having a Bronze Star, which she says is not true. And there's some kind of feud going on about him not voting the same way she did concerning more stuff about the Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, the trickle effect of the Epstein case is really getting ridiculous. And now members of Congress are saying, well, he was in the file and you weren't, and now back and forth.
I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's all getting dumb. I'm pretty much over it, I think. And although it is kind of funny that what's his name, Hakeem Jeffries, Hakeem Jeffries, the big-time Charlie Democrat, his people were getting with Jeffrey Epstein years after he was already a convicted pedophile to get his money. So they'll take Jeffrey Epstein's money, the Democrat Party, for sure, and then complain about it, complaining Donald Trump did something wrong. What a bunch of freaking phonies. That's the only funny part. All right, hold on. One more Flounder's funny here. I can't repeat Flounder show.
Men, fellas, listen up. We are way crazier than that. We play fantasy football, dude. That's crazy. First of all, watching football is a fantasy, okay? We can't do it. We watch other guys do it. Fantasy football is a fantasy of the fantasy, because that team wasn't doing very good, so we created a new fantasy to figure out if you guys get it. You're Cowboy fans, you know what I'm saying? Just like so you're like, maybe I can win at this game. You know what I'm saying? Just make it one. That's one step. And then before the football season, you'll see this. There's 3 grown men on television, and they were doing a mock fantasy draft. A fake draft of an imaginary league of a fantasy. Like, fellas, how far from reality can we get? He's like, I just picked up Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, pick up your daughter from school. It's like, dude, your wife is about to be a free agent, dude. It's like...
Who's that, Flounder?
It's Mr. John Chris.
There you go. All right. Well, boys, have a good one. Tomorrow is Thursday. A happy day, because that means Friday's next. And
Shannon Burke.
Shannon Burke at 5 o'clock with Kim Repeat Flounder. Hoorah, Semper Fi. Christine, sing me home, baby. I gotta go. You're killing me. Look out, Herb.
Streaming across Georgia on the Extra 106.3 app. This is WFOM and W292EV Marietta, a Dickey Broadcasting Station. Extra 106.3.